Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 20 Sides to Every Story. Today we are playing Isle of Dread. Continuing, this will be our third game in the community campaign that we play each month with our Patreon supporters and our Twitch subscribers. So this game is our thank you to all the people that support the channel and our way of just having some fun with the community and having a shared thing that we can all talk about when we're not playing and rolling dice. If you haven't yet followed the channel, I'd encourage you to do so. That's when you can get updates and get notifications when the channel goes live. You can also support our channel by subscribing with a Twitch Prime subscription. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get connected with a free Twitch Prime account, which allows you to subscribe to one channel for free each month. So that's one way you can support us, and the other would be through our Patreon. If you want to get the additional details about the Patreon, you can click the panel below the video feed to check out all the different perks. But essentially, if you're watching us today and you think that this looks like fun and you want to support the channel, Patreon is a great way to do that. The way it works is our folks that support at the $30 and pledge $30 a month, we allow you to sign up for as many signups as you want. If you pledge at the $15 a month mark, you get to sign up for 2 games at a time. And if you pledge at the $5 mark, you get to sign up for 1 game at a time. And then our Twitch subscribers, we allow you to jump on the wait list, and then if we have openings the day before a game goes live, you can get in. Right now, what we are doing is we're playing Isle of Dread, which is this fancy book right here that Goodman Games put out. We've got some nice, I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but nice vintage cover that, this is an old school module that this is a line of products that they call the Original Adventures Reincarnated. So they have taken a lot of the old classics from the basic and expert rule set and have given them the 5th edition treatment and added some things that weren't in the original adventure. So that's what we are playing. We're going back in time, and this one was included in the expert box set once upon a time. This one actually I've never played. I prepped it for basic or for the expert rules, but then never got around to playing it. So it's kind of fun to be able to go back and see some of the changes that they've done, and they've got all new art, different actual maps for the specific areas that you encounter on the isle. So all of that is really cool stuff. So that's what we're playing right now, and these games are drop in, drop out. So you don't need to participate in every single one to understand what's going on and to engage with it. So let's get right into it. The recap of what happened in the previous episode. Basically, what we've got here, we're still early in the campaign, but the characters, there was a voyage that was directed by the Church of Pelor, had commissioned a ship to set sail to the Isle of Dread because there are 2 artifacts that they had come into possession of: the Hand of Vecna and the Book of Vile Darkness. 2 items that seem near indestructible, but due to some research and some investigation that the church has done, they identified that there might be a portal to the elemental plane of fire on the Isle, and so they kind of put together this desperate attempt to send a team to the Isle to try to find where this portal might be and to use it maybe to destroy these artifacts. But in order to throw the cultists of Vecna off the track, they disguised this ship as a prisoner vessel that was going to exile prisoners on the very remote islands in the Southern Sea. Our first episode dealt with that voyage, and then at the very tail end, we had a subscriber, or somebody had donated to have a wandering monster come in. So we had a kraken show up and dismantled the ship, and that was the end of the first episode. And then the second episode, everybody, the crew, all swam to shore and are stranded here now. And so the captain of the vessel, Captain Falthrin, who is a Minotaur, he directed the team in the previous episode to go out into the jungle and make their way towards the mountains to try to find maybe a cavern or something that could shelter the crew for the night. As we've already seen in the first few moments on the Isle, there are all sorts of dangerous creatures here. Titan-sized birds, dragons. The animals are all 4 or 5. Even the foliage and the trees are this prehistoric largeness. Everything is amplified in terms of how big it is, and so you all are kind of feeling like ants in relation to the things that you are seeing here. But they had charged the group in the second episode to go and find a set of caverns, and they found one, and they found that it was inhabited by some prehistoric humans, some Neanderthals who didn't have a language, and so this was an issue with that group and the humanoids that they came across, and there was some confusion and some misunderstanding. The Neanderthals very much so thought that the party were invaders, but they were peace. They were trying to figure out a way to communicate, and the party thought that they were maybe hauling away one of their friends to execution or something. And so misunderstanding, big battle happened. Didn't turn out so great for the party. However, there was one character, Selvin, who was a Dragonborn paladin. He had actually been trying to deal with the situation as non-lethally as possible. The Neanderthals saw this, and they took him alive and were trying to understand him. He showed them it seemed like these Neanderthals, they were very skittish about magic. As soon as they saw spell casting, that's kind of what set them off. And it soon, to Selvin, became apparent why. They illustrated for him, and I'll share the image, this creature that sort of looks almost, pretty much like a spider, except it's got 8 arms or 8 appendages, but the front 2 are almost humanoid-like, with hands, fingers, and apparently the capability of signing to create spells. And they indicated that in their illustrations, that these are spell-casting creatures. And Selvin managed to communicate with them and negotiate for his life that he had others with him that could defeat these creatures for them. And they indicated to him that if he did that, well, there's another piece to that. They also communicated through their visuals that these creatures are slavers and have taken a number of their people. And so Selvin kind of probably tentatively feels that he has made a deal with them that if the crew of the Raging Bull, the ship that came here, if they can bring back their lost, that they would provide shelter for the evening. And that's where our game is picking up. It is probably analogous to like 8 o'clock. It's a tropical isle, so there's still sun, there's still daylight, but it is waning very fast. And so the fear from Captain Falthrin is, as soon as that happens, who knows what kinds of crazy things are going to emerge from the jungle and cause trouble. So the 5 of you, where you are starting, you have trekked with the crew through the jungle to the point where the Neanderthal caves are in the mountains. And so the crew is there. The way to get up to the caverns is by climbing a very steep ridge. So even in the event that if Captain Falthrin made the order to like invade the Neanderthal caverns, it would just be a fool's errand because there's just no way that the Neanderthals would allow the quantity of people to scale that wall and get up there. So um, where we pick up as Captain Falthorn has called the five of you over, and he says he explains the intelligence that has been received from Selvin, and he says, I need a crew to go into the jungle and try to find this location where these creatures are. We need to see if there's a possibility that we could recover their lost. We don't have many options here in terms of um, where we're going to stay this evening. Would the five of you be up for the task? I've got others. We're searching for other caverns to see if there's an alternative, but it seems like our best bet is to try to treat with these Neanderthals.
Well, I'm used to treating with Neanderthals of a sort, so I can
Yeah, I
do
kind of
my
feel the
best.
same way.
Oh, I don't think we've met. I'm William.
Oh, hi, I'm Cinnamon. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you for sure. And the rest of you, and I look at the goblin. I'm sorry you lost.
Hi, I'm Biggs, and Sir Biggs. I'm here to assist any way you need.
She's crazy strong, so like we're totally lucky to have her along. I've just seen her go crazy. Like she just gets in this fierce and just takes down everything. She's pretty cool.
Thanks,
Let's put her
Cinnamon.
in the
You
front
are
then. And I look at the other two. Like Letha looks like the most normal of the other, of probably the whole party. You're like, I'm sorry, I don't think I've met you either. You were on the boat. What's your name?
Letha?
Ethan. Nice to meet you. I'm William. And I guess you, the little bird person with the staff, with a spear.
Well, that's my friend. His name is Shiver, and he's got
Nice
like
to meet you.
see? He's so cute and he repeats things, but he also is like magical. So it's really kind of cool.
I do jazz hands.
Ta-da!
Well, I guess that's what we have in front of us. So let's take this crew. Yes. I don't know, but I can't speak for the rest of them, especially not when I point to Shiver. But
Oh, his name is Shiver. I should probably say that because he can't really say that for himself.
right, Shiver. But I've got nothing else better to do, so I'm down to do it.
Well, from what we understand, and Captain Felthorn starts to kind of brief you on what little they know from Selvin, but he informs you about their spellcasting capabilities. So he tells you we don't think that these are mere monsters. They're intelligent beings that we really don't know what we're up against. So please use caution. We lost two. Just trying to get this information. And we can't afford to lose any more. As some of you might know, this voyage, it has another purpose than just bringing prisoners here. We've got very important work to do after this evening, but we have to get through this before we can think to the future. And he dismisses you. He does share with you the direction in which they believe, based on the very crude directions that they got from the Neanderthals, where you should be heading into the jungle. And after by the time you get there, it's probably take maybe an hour journey through the jungle. Again, the climate of where you are is a tropical heat, even with the sun going down. There's still, the temperature drops a little bit, but it is still a very oppressive heat, and you kind of have to hack and slash your way through some underbrush at points in your journey, but eventually you come across a fairly impressive sight ahead of you. And this is when you know you found the location that you were looking for, because these huge tar trees in different foliage, natural and native to the jungle, has almost like a cocoon-like shape, almost like you're looking up at a towering, maybe 60-foot cotton ball that has been stretched out amongst a number of trees that is kind of like holding the architecture of it together. And this seems to be probably the lair of these spider-like creatures. You can all give me a perception check as you are coming upon this structure. All right. So all of you are coming, and you are maybe 200 feet away from it, and you're still kind of in the thick, dense foliage of the jungle. There's almost kind of like more of a clearing out around this thing. And so as you're kind of gazing upon it, you notice that there are four figures that are coming around the structure. They look to be what you know as hobgoblins.
Hold on. I wouldn't expect to see something like hobgoblin on the island. Something more prehistoric and monstrous. Is it possible that they're travelers like us?
As you are looking at them, they wield bone clubs that seem to be crafted from some kind of a large beast. They wear necklaces that have like saber-tooth tiger teeth on them, and so their dress seems to indicate that they're probably actually natives. And it appears that what they are doing, they aren't coming towards you. You don't get the sense that they've seen you, but they seem to be patrolling around the structure.
How many did you say it was?
4.
And they're always like together in their patrol as they're patrolling around?
They are more or less in some kind of a formation. They're not really like socializing with one another. They have kind of an eye to the woods and the jungle. They haven't seen you, but you're getting the sense that they're scanning and protecting this structure. And as they pass by and are starting to go around out of eyeshot on like the southern side of it, we'll say, from the northern side, you see another set of 4. So it would appear that there are multiple patrols that are circling the area.
Okay.
Also, with your perception check, William, you can see in this massive, silk ball that has been constructed here, there is a small opening, maybe towards like the southern base of it. Seems like some kind of a tunnel.
I'll point that out to everybody else and just say like, I don't think it's going to be wise for us to tango with the patrols. But if there's that many outside, you have to think there's something more powerful inside.
We're gonna have to get in there either way.
That's true. So, maybe we can slip around the patrols, go in the hole, and see what's inside.
There's a hole? Where is it?
Pigs,
I think you have to look up. It's like up There?
Oh, I'm very high for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can lift you up. Why don't you come with me? I'll boost you.
Okay.
All right, so Alex, I guess the idea is we're gonna try to time the patrol so we can get to the hole, and then I'll boost Biggs into it, and then I don't know how tall is Shiver. Is Shiver short? I always get the impression Shiver's like 4 foot. Something.
I'm like 5 feet,
Okay.
5.5.
Okay. If anyone else needs a boost, I'll boost them, and then go in last.
All right. So you're all going together. Give me, everyone, give me a stealth check as you try to get past the guards. Okay, so it looks like the lowest one is a 12. I'm going to take the average and use that against, I'll do an opposed roll against whatever the average is. So I've got a 20, a 16, a 16. You guys did really good, even with a couple of disadvantaged rolls in there. Oh yeah, you very expertly navigate kind of single file from a profile kind of perspective, so that from them, they would only see maybe like one line if they were to spot anything at all, and they don't. And you all make your way over to the opening, and you're able to climb in and get into the tunnel. And I'll pop up the map. Yeah, drop your character tokens on here. This was my first time building all the little story notes and things like that into Fantasy Grounds, so we'll see how this goes.
Letha, you seem friendly to the animals, so be able to interact with them or talk to them at all.
Well, I don't know about speaking with them directly, but I could try to sort of coax them in to be more docile.
Maybe we can take a more diplomatic approach then, yeah?
So as you climb into this kind of, it kind of, it's definitely a tunnel that has been created for the purposes of getting in and out of this structure. The floor, ceiling, and walls of this artificial path that you are taking is entirely constructed of silky webbing. Your feet kind of cling to the floor. It's kind of like sticky Kool-Aid on the floor or something like that. Your feet kind of there's almost like a little bit of suction or something as your feet are wont to cling to the ground, and you have to use a moderate amount of effort to free them and continue your marching path forward. So basically the entirety of this complex, anywhere where there is this webbing, is difficult terrain. The cavern is dark. There's only a moderate amount of light that really would be coming from behind you at this point, as it is becoming dark out, and there's very little to brighten your step. It's only getting darker the further that you progress through the tunnel. anything that you're going to be using for a light source as you navigate through here?
I have Eldritch Sight. But I can cast light if we need it.
Yeah, I think if we're going to use a light source, like the spell would be better than torches, because I wouldn't want to accidentally set the thing we're inside on fire.
That's smart. You're smart.
Sometimes, I have a thought or two.
No, wait, Eldritch Sight doesn't. Sorry, I'm misreading that. Never mind. Eldritch Sight just lets me read any language I want. Sorry. I will just cast light on my spear.
Okay. And just so, because not everybody's played with me before, the reason I asked that question is there is a mechanical difference. Even if you have dark vision, if you're in total darkness, you're still at disadvantage on perception checks. So it could impact traps and things that whether you see them or not. Of course, the consequences that it might allow creatures to see you coming and make it harder to stealth. So it's just a choice. But you've got light, and as you're moving and progressing through the tunnel, you can see that up ahead there is a very thick covering of webbing over the tunnel, purposely maybe built here as a barrier to keep invaders or unwelcome guests like you out. The webbing seems to be probably at least 10 feet thick. You can't. It's kind of like this opaque quality with how thick it is, but you get the sense that there is more to explore on the other side. It's not. It's not the wall. It's a barrier.
Alex, I don't know if it matters, but if we're going to take light mechanics into play, I would still be in the middle of the party, casting the 20-foot and then 20-foot dim, just in case it matters for the mechanic, because I would not be in the front.
Okay.
It's way too squishy.
I've got produce flame. I could burn through all of that probably.
I think that's the way to go. What do you think, Cinnamon?
Well, what happens if the flames get out of control? Can you control flame too?
No.
Do you have water? Do we have water? Anyone? I'm just thinking, I mean, fire is cool to burn things down, but I don't know how flammable everything is.
Cinnamon, make a nature check.
Something tells me that's not my best one.
Okay, 13.
13.
That's okay. You're a bard, right? You're sort of good at a lot of things.
Yeah, I heard some things about webs.
Yeah, you think your hunch is probably right. It could be. You think that it's possible that it would spread.
Okay. All the water I have is in my water skin, and if we're going to use fire, we should probably have a plan for how we might put it out. Because, I mean, I'm kind of resistant to fire, but I don't think the rest of you are.
I unfortunately took purified food and drink and not water. I thought I had produced water. So, I would say the alternative is to hack and slash. Biggs, you're strong, right? Maybe you could cut your way through the web.
I can try to hit hard. So I'll hit and hit and hit and hit, and maybe we get through.
Biggs, are you okay? You sounded like you were choking.
A little bit. I'm okay.
Well,
All
I'll
right.
defer to the party leader, and I'll look at you, Cinnamon. You seem like maybe the most experienced of the lot.
Yeah, totally. So why don't we start with the hack and hack, and if that doesn't work, we can add a little fire and just go that way.
All right. So am I hearing Biggs is gonna take a
Yeah.
slash at the web? Okay. It actually is a token, so if you want to make an attack roll on the web, you
Okay.
can do that. All right, you hit it. Go ahead and roll damage. And as you cut through with your weapon, you can see you kind of like peel it away, but like the strands, like they as they get severed and they droop down, they kind of like come back and weave themselves back together, and it almost seems like a tighter bond is created.
Oh no! There's some sort of magic spider thing! It gets come back together. I don't know. I don't think we can hack and slash. Unless we go real fast and run while it's open.
Well, I'm gonna look around. Are the tunnels made of the same kind of web? Like, do I have the sense that like if we burn this web, it's just gonna light up the whole complex?
Make an Arcana check.
Damn it. Arcana. Here we go. 12.
Well, you think obviously that what's right in front of you is magical, or there's some kind of enchantment on that. Why don't you give me an investigation check along with the Arcana check? Okay.
16.
You pull out a weapon of some sort. Maybe you have a dagger or something. You kind of cut at the wall a little bit. You don't see the same type of mending action happen.
Mm.
So it's similar, but it doesn't have the same property.
Well, this is sort of an outside the box solution, but what if we cut around, try to go through the walls? You follow me? Am I crazy?
Sure.
That
No,
could work.
I see what you're saying. Like around where just make our own hole and then come on in the other
Okay.
side of the barrier.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think it'd be worth the effort to try to cut too much, but maybe we could just kind of like just a little bit and slip around, you know?
So you want me to just barely cut, just little cuts.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll again, Biggs.
Okay. And should I what should I target for this one? Just
Don't have to target anything. You could just throw it in the chat.
okay. Let me That was just the roll straight. I didn't do
I
the
think you have a +4, so it would have
plus
been a
whatever.
16.
plus,
Go ahead
yeah,
and roll
or plus.
damage. So
Yay.
you cut and you strike, a sizable piece of the wall down, and the strands fall. As you do, and they don't remend. But as you do that, you like are cutting and cutting, and you hit something that feels like a little bit different in the wall, and you can see all these there's like a pod there that your sword cuts through, and you can see all these swarms of spiders are pouring out down on the ground near you.
Never mind, let's leave.
Ew!
I hit a nest!
Stomp on them, Biggs.
So I just hit initiative, and Letha, you are up first. You're the first to act as you see this hundreds of spiders are pouring forth, and they're starting to creep up Biggs's boots. What would you like to do?
I will cast. Yeah. Oh, well, I guess roll I will cast Frostbite on, I guess, one of them.
All right.
I forget how to actually send something to
So you go to your actions tab, and then
Yeah.
where you've got Frostbite, you can click and drag the con DC 12 onto the spider token.
Okay.
And the swarm of insects saves.
Oh, down. Get down. Down.
Anything else,
I thought
Letha?
you yelled at the spiders for a second.
No, sorry, my cat
Down.
decided
Down.
it was a good
Bad
time
spider.
to climb onto my desk.
we are used to the cat attacks.
Yeah. Now I'm pretty sure he sort of popped up on other times I've been playing. So, No, I don't think I got anything else I can do other than move out of the way.
All right, sounds good.
And that would provoke.
That would provoke, yeah, possibly, if they choose.
So, yeah, not.
All right, Biggs.
Okay.
Why are you dying?
I fixed it.
Okay.
It was from fighting Warren and never actually.
Oh, I see. You got 30 points of wound on you.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think I added you late,
There
so
you
you
go,
didn't
0.
get the long rest when I clicked it.
Yeah,
for
I
everyone
somehow
else.
didn't ever get my character sheet updated, so I was trying to fix it, and then yeah, I'm good. So,
Sorry, I was just having some trouble with my headset. I gotta get a replacement.
now I'm being attacked by a cat.
Okay. It's done better, by the way. Now I'll go.
So I'll just attack the spiders that are immediately adjacent to me, I guess, wherever they are. Yeah, swarm of spiders. I'm just gonna start slashing at them.
I'll move this web down so maybe it's easier
Okay.
to target.
Oh, nope.
Oh, wait. Okay, that's just a miss. All right.
Yeah.
No critical miss.
Not a critical miss, just a swing and a miss.
All right. Next up, Shiver.
Can Shiver see when Biggs cut through and pulled it aside and the spiders poured out? Is the cut still there, or did it reattach?
It did not reattach.
All right. I feel like we are all right. I just want to know that for future reference. For now, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on them as soon as I get over to there. Sorry, I've been reviewing all my spells. So when I do that, I just pull Sacred Flame onto them, right?
The saving throw.
Isn't it a saving throw, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, why won't it just let me pull that one, though? Oh, because I have to open it up. Never mind. Got it.
And they fail, so then you can drop the damage.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
Woof. There's one spider gets enveloped by the radiance of your deity.
I
And then
say,
there's like
I
a little
did
spirit
it!
of the spider floats away.
Shameful. All right, that's my action.
All right. Now it's the web's turn. It doesn't do anything. William, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm going to say, hey, I can do that too. And then I will cast Sacred Flame as well. Maybe I'll have a little bit more luck. Let's see.
All right, they fail. his buddy that was right next to him also.
Rolls
The little spider is like in mourning over the death of his friend right next to him, and then poof, he joins him. Anything else, William? All
Nope.
right. Swarm of insects. The spiders are gonna attack Biggs. And miss. There is a second swarm that is pouring out of that hole that you have cut, Biggs. And they also are going to try to swarm over you and attack. But you're like stomping with your feet. You're crushing the few that are coming out. They're not making much progress up your leg. Cinnamon, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I'm going to hurl a string of vicious insults at these spiders. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on that first swarm. You are gross, disgusting things with hairy legs.
They fail the saving throw.
All right. Here, we'll do some.
Really
psychic
cutting.
damage.
Shiver looks at his legs and looks up at him. And,
Yours are feathers. Yours are fine.
oh, okay.
All right. Letha.
Okay, I was just loading up stuff because I found the
Oh.
a weapon was missing from my or weapons were missing from my sheet, but I'll fix that later. And for now, cast produce flame on the spiders right in front of me. Oh, that's great.
All right. Yeah, that one will miss. Anything else, Letha?
I think I will risk it and move out of the way. So,
All right. They will take an attack of opportunity, but they will miss. Biggs.
Okay, I'm going to again try to attack the one in front of me.
That is a hit. You swoop down with your short sword and kind of maybe you're using it to whack-a-mole a bit and splat, splat, splat. All right. Next, Shiver. It is your turn.
Okay. Shiver is going to use some movement to come in here. And I'm going to drop Word of Radiance on the one in front of me. Oh. I think they still get half damage, though.
I think your DC might be wrong too. What's your you do Word of Radiance, but you use Charisma, right?
Yeah.
What's your normal DC? Well, it doesn't matter. You missed.
I would have missed anyway, and it isn't half damage. Never mind. Okay. Cool. That's it.
All right. William's turn.
All right, so I'm looking at these spiders, and I see the second swarm come running out, and I'm very tempted to burn hands on them, but I'm not going to because I feel like it would flame up the entire area. So I will instead charge up a pink ball of energy and blast a guiding bolt at swarm insects spiders 1. Here we go.
That'll hit. Wow, 17 points of damage, and the next, what is it? The next person that does a attack roll against that creature has advantage.
Yeah, so it kind of lights up with the pink energy, and they get advantage on it.
Very nice. All right, Swarm of Insects 1 will take its turn. First one is attacking Biggs. Misses. Second one, the same. The one coming from the wall. Also misses. Cinnamon, it is your turn.
All right. Apparently, insults don't work as well as I'd like on these things, so I'm going to step into the corner and try to shoot my crossbow at a bunch of spiders, which sounds really stupid.
But it's a very good hit.
Yeah, I just pin the hairy legs to the wall.
And there probably weren't so many left there, but you managed to just narrowly skewer the last few remaining spiders, and they are no more. Just one swarm left.
Kill it! Kill those gross, disgusting things. Come on, Big, stomp on them.
Trying.
Letha, it is your turn.
All right, now that I got my... Actually, never mind. Okay, I'm going to try Frostbite again on the on the remaining swarm of spiders.
All right, this time they fail.
All right, so...
Ooh. 6 points of cold damage, and what does that impose disadvantage on?
Let me see what it says here. And it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack. That doesn't make a difference because they're not technically using weapons.
Well, their bite is a weapon attack. So yeah. So disadvantage on their next attack roll. All right. Biggs, it is your turn.
I accidentally closed the map, so I'm just gonna roll it into the chat, but I'm attacking the spiders beside us.
All right. That'll hit.
Woo!
All right. So they're about half the numbers that they had when they first poured out of the hole. And then Shiver, you are up.
I'm gonna have to go back to the old tried and true and Eldritch Blast. So
That is a hit.
right.
Oof.
Not that it matters, but there's more to that because of agonizing. But I feel like
you pulverize the remaining with the force impact of your Eldritch Blast, and there's just a bunch of spidery goo lingering there on the web.
In Cinnamon's voice, I say, "Pretty cool." All right.
So, point of order. Are we just in one gigantic spider egg right now?
I really don't know what it is, but it definitely seems like there are some, it's the cocoon-y kind of thing, right? So there are spiders. We gotta be careful.
Okay.
I hit something that was kind of hard, and that's when the spiders came out. So If maybe I'm very careful and only hit not hard things, we can avoid them.
I mean, or the other option is if we want to try to use fire, but just have a plan for controlling it. I don't know, like little bits.
Burn them with fire.
And does anyone have an ability to, like, if this is magical stuff, can we get rid of the magic?
I think that's slightly above my pay grade.
Yeah, it's not anything I can do either.
Disappointing.
So, Biggs, what you were doing did seem effective. However, yeah, you had the issue of you ran into something that produced all these, allowed these spiders to come through.
How about if you use like a little dagger and just kind of like saw at it, and that way if you do hit something a little bigger, you'll be like, oh, I don't want to hit that and let spiders out.
That'd be good. And maybe like someone who's good at seeing things comes with me and says like, oh, there's something, because I'm not very observant.
Yeah, you
All
can't
right.
be good at everything though, so, you know, you do you.
It sounds like you're going to continue to try this method, but with maybe a little bit more precision and some guidance of some
Yes.
sort. So,
Some care.
I would say if you've got somebody...
Can I cast guidance?
Sure, you could do guidance, although you might want to do it on the person that's going to do this check that I'm about to call for. So
Sure.
if somebody wants to do a perception or a nature check to help guide Biggs as she cuts through the web.
Raise your hand if you know a lot about spiders. Who's good at spider stuff?
Well, I obviously know nature, which includes spiders.
All right, that's cool.
I also have nature as a proficiency, but I would think the druid's
You know
gonna
what
do
though, Shiver, you're really good, but you have a little bit harder time communicating. So why don't you and then she can actually say if Biggs is getting close to something.
So
right.
you hear this celestial booming voice, and then I touch Letha and give guidance.
So Letha, you're going to have an extra D4 on this nature check. I'm looking for 15 or higher.
Okay, so just rolling. Okay, so I totally draw a blank.
You know, they're spiders from a crazy island, and things look different here. And it's just a little difficult. So, of course, Biggs, you're like sawing and sawing and sawing, and then you hit another sack, and you're like, ah, as spiders start like screaming out and pouring out down your arm. Here, we'll give you a little bit of progress. I imagine you were like heading down this way, cutting your way down, and
More spiders!
We're never gonna get to the magical ones. We'll just be fighting these swarms all day.
there we go. Now, so probably like you guys can position yourselves however you want, but what I'm thinking is we've got kind of a tunnel. No, that's not going to work. Basically, there's a 5-foot tunnel going south where Biggs is cutting through, like she's hacking through here. So it's going to be kind of a little bit different terrain kind of situation that you got going on. As we'll hit the initiative button here. And Letha, you are up first.
Okay, so new swarm of insects. I will I will frostbite it.
All right, it fails.
Okay. 5 damage.
All right, William.
Be like, oh, good work, Biggs. Excellent.
Blame me! It was
I was being honest, Ed. You're doing great. Keep it up. All right, Sacred Flame.
All right. It succeeds on that. These little spiders are doing backflips and avoiding the flames.
All right, I'll
Circus
scooch
spiders.
back out of the way. I'm done.
Biggs, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna start whacking him. Kind of already doing that, but
All right, that's a hit.
stupid spiders.
You're squashing a few of them. There's less of them for sure, but they're still pouring forth from that egg sac that you cut into. And I think this is going to be their one shot, and they're at disadvantage because of the frostbite. But, you know, I saw the whole reason why we're in this spot is because we saw a roll happen on Friday night that was at disadvantage, and he still got a 25 or something crazy on a persuasion check. So crazier things have happened. Oh, and there was a crit in there. It's a 10 though, ultimately, and so that'll miss. Cinnamon.
More of them. I'm gonna try Vicious Mockery again. Go back to your holes and die.
This is a thing that it hits at the soul of a spider to hear this, and it takes 1 point of damage.
I gotta work on my insults.
I thought it was really cutting.
Shiver.
All right, so not wanting to Eldritch Blast through all of my friends, I will cast Sacred Flame on them.
All right, it fails.
1 point of damage. No?
All right, you're about half the swarm is still left. Letha.
All right. Okay, this time I think I'll try produce. Biggs is pretty small. I think I can.
Attack!
All right, so produce flame on these spiders,
Oh no.
and I
Is
missed.
a miss. William.
Well, I guess we'll give it another go, and I will kind of like slip around so I can see what I'm doing. And Sacred Flame. Just.
Fails the saving throw.
All right. Here's the damage. Burn a few little spiders up.
Yeah,
All right,
there's not-
finish him off.
Biggs, you've just got like there's a number of them like on your arms, and that's like kind of like what's left. You don't see there's not any more like pouring forth anymore.
Okay, I think it's just these jerks. Okay.
That's a hit. And you're just like slapping them off with your weapon like a fly swatter, spider swatter, and you take care of the remaining.
I don't like spiders. Okay, so does anyone else want to help me look for Spider X?
I mean,
I think
I
we're
don't
doing
know.
pretty good up there.
Letha now knows what they look like, so I mean, she'll probably do a better job this time of finding one, right?
That's fair. Okay.
So you continue to cut through the webbing with some guidance from your party members, and you emerge through the wall into another area of the cocoon. And you emerge into an area where you can see that the silken tunnels that come into this chamber, they open up into a more cavern. Cavern isn't really the right word, but a wider space, a wider room within the grander complex. The silken strands are woven together tightly around the room to give it a form that is roughly 40 feet in diameter, with a ceiling that stretches up 15 feet or so. There are objects throughout the room that vaguely resemble furniture, crafted from pieces of jungle wood that are assembled together using the spider silk. A desk, chairs, and even bookshelves line the walls. Sitting behind the desk, there is a large spider-like creature whose front arms are hairy but humanoid-like, and it is already in the midst of conjuring a spell. It is not surprised, but you all are surprised as you were entering into the room. It is ready for you, and you are emerging. There are also two other creatures with it, humanoid-like creatures wielding. Have kind of spider-like features, 4 arms, and wielding daggers made of stone and bone. So we will roll initiative here, and the party is surprised. So this first humanoid creature runs up to Letha and is going to attack with its daggers. First attack is an 18, dealing 3 points of damage. It makes a second attack, which misses, and it makes a third attack, a 21 to hit, dealing 6 points of damage. The second one runs up to Biggs and does the same thing, and is just hacking and slashing at you. An 11 misses. A 14 misses. And then there's a crit, dealing 9 points of damage. And then this spider-like creature is next. I shared the image of what that looked like earlier, I think. But I can pop it back up.
This the fire casting one?
Yeah. So you see it begin to conjure up a spell. And it's going to cast Hold Person on William.
Damn
But
it.
you succeed on the saving throw. And then we are in a regular round. Cinnamon, you are up first.
Okay. I am going to cast Bane on the 2 creatures that look humanoid, because I think they're the only ones I can fit into that. So, okay, and if I hold control, I can select both of them. How does that work? Right?
Yeah, I think it's control click will target
Did that
Yep.
work? Okay.
So
And then I
both
just
fail.
click on the effect. Or do I have to drag the effect to them? Oh no, it worked, right?
Yeah, so 1, 2. This is Bane, right?
Yeah.
Can't you target a third?
Yeah, I didn't know if the third one was in range though from where I was.
Oh, what is the range?
30 feet. So
Oh, yeah,
she's
yeah.
further, or he.
You're right.
Okay.
So they both fail, and they both got the effect on there, so that'll automatically.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration on Biggs. I'm going to say, Biggs, you go in there and you get angry and you kill those spiders. You can do it. Go, go, go. So I don't think I have to drag anything on her, but there you go. You're inspired.
Awesome.
And I'll stay where I am for now.
All right. So they take their turn again, but they have Bane on. So the first one is right near Letha and attacks. 14 misses. And 11 misses. 17 hits. Deals 4 points of damage. The other one is still in battle with Biggs, swinging with the dagger. A 21, even with the Bane, that one will hit. 6 points of damage. 18 misses. So the Bane spell is coming into play. Letha, it is your turn.
You're muted, Alex.
Oh, so I am. Okay. All right. So I think I will slash at it, I guess, because the only other thing I could do is cast. Almost attack myself with it. Oh, that was a bad choice. That's a miss.
So you swing with that scimitar, and the thing kind of dodges out of the way. Anything else that you have?
Actually, yes. Because I can't, because I am, it's a little bit selfish, but so I don't die on the next turn, I am going to cast Balm of the Summer Court on myself. It's not a. Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
I think you also get the temporary hit point off that too, though.
Yeah, and I'm going to use both of the dice I get for Balm of the Summer Court.
That one's better.
So heal up 6 points, and then
and
you get those 2. Is it 2 temp? Do you get 1 for each die that you roll?
Oh yeah, you're right. I do.
Yeah. Never ashamed to heal yourself when you're about to die.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the front. You're in the front row.
Especially when I'm one of the cleric.
All right, William.
Like, Oh god, this is getting messy. And I'm just going to kind of like get behind Letha, if that's okay. Can I just kind of squeeze in that gap? Alex.
I think there's probably not enough room to squeeze there between you and the wall.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well then,
I can
I
duck.
guess. Yeah. Well, if anything, if I move in at all, I'll have to squeeze and then take opportunity attack. So I'll just stay where I'm at, and I will looking at Letha, looking at Biggs, like I think you'll be all right, and then I'll cast Sacred Flame on the chitin that's next to Letha. Oh, I think I'm baned. Oh no, he's baned. That's right. Okay.
He took a minus on the saving throw.
Cool. Ah, max damage.
8 points.
Little pink flame blasts him. And I'll
So
stay
just
there. That's
just a
okay.
reminder that everything is difficult terrain, so your movement is double in here.
Oh,
Just
right.
for anybody that's thinking about moving out, so you know that actually if you were to move through a shared space, it would be, well, it'd be double movement. So to move through a shared space would be 20 feet of movement.
Yeah, and I realized something that was I feel Shiver kind of like tugging on my shirt a little bit, like while I'm standing there, and I realize I probably need to move. So I'm going to come diagonally here, and then I'm going to come diagonally there and take the attack of opportunity.
All right. It will attempt to do that. Oh.
Jeez.
Sometimes the gamble pays off, sometimes it doesn't. 9 points of damage.
Oh no!
Oh.
Shiver, damn it! I hope you know what you're doing. All right,
Shiver, it is your turn.
Well, that changed my plan for this round. I will move forward to here. And then that would be 10.
I think I need to reveal something more to William.
Okay. That's 10. All right, I'm gonna cast. I'm not gonna cast. I'm going to use my ability to use Healing Light, which is a power I have as a Celestial Warlock, on William. So he gets. Jesus, gets 1 hit point. And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast Kitine number 1. No, I'm not. Good God. And that is all I can do.
Biggs, it is your turn.
Ooh, okay. Excuse me. Okay, so I am going to rage, first of all. And then I am going to take an attack on number 2 here. Oof.
That will miss.
Not great. And then if I just moved over a bit, would number 1 get an attack on me since I'm diagonal, or is he not? Actually, I think I can disengage without. I think I've got I can scurry or something. So I'm gonna do that scurry thing. My small, whatever it is called. move away.
The goblin disengage.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna disengage thing and move over here.
I think
What is
that's
that
a
called? Fury of the
bonus action.
Small bonus
Yeah.
action.
Figured this,
No, that's
something of the small. There's
Nimble
some small
escape.
thing that.
You
Yeah.
can do the
There
disengage
we
or
go.
hide
Nimble
action as a
escape.
bonus action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna disengage and go over here.
Sounds good. The Aranea will take its turn, and it's going to cast. It's going to cast a second level sleep spell. So it's going to roll 7d8.
Sorry. Shouldn't laugh.
So 22 points. Let's see. Starting with, I think, actually, William. You've got 1 hit point. 2?
2.
2.
I should have 2.
All right.
I don't.
So
Oh, it
you
wasn't-
are unconscious
Oh.
for 1 minute until somebody uses an action to wake you. Then I think Letha might be the next person with. So Letha will be asleep. And I don't know if anyone else will qualify. How much is Cinnamon has 37, Shiver's got 24. Okay, so those are the 2 that fall victim to the sleep spell. Cinnamon, it is your turn.
Okay. Man. So really the only way to wake somebody up is to go over there and kind of push them awake, is that?
Yeah, you have to use your action to, like, forcibly shake them.
Okay. I'm going to take a step forward here. I'm a little bit closer. And I'm coming out of like a hallway we carved, right? But would
Yeah.
I be able to like aim at either of these humanoid creatures or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to shoot a crossbow bolt at number 1.
That'll hit.
Okay.
It goes down.
All right. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Word. Gosh, there's just so many people on on William.
William needs it the most, I
Yeah,
think.
that's my thought. So
Oh, there's a nice little dream coming for you, William. It's
There.
happy, there's sunshine, you're
Yeah,
not
you're
on an
close.
island where everything is trying to eat you.
I can't get close enough to wake anyone up, but I can do that. All right, and that's all I'll do.
All right, the second, the chitin, is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know. But
Oh, you
this
wanna know what
humanoid
I
spider
call 'em?
creature.
I would.
Yeah. That sounds cooler than the pronunciation I had been using in my head, so I'm going to go with that. And it's attacking Biggs. Still has Bane on. Miss. Miss. And 14 misses. Letha is sound asleep. William
Should still be asleep.
should still be asleep. Did
Yeah.
I thought I dropped the effect on there, but it must have not
You
worked.
did, and that went away when they got healed. I think.
Yeah, I think the healing woke him
Oh.
up.
Oh, because it thinks it's like bringing him back from zero situation.
Yeah.
It's a really powerful healing word, and it's loud. It just is a really loud, like, get up, so.
Shiver, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to use my action to wake up Letha. And then my bonus action to healing light Biggs.
Thank you.
So here's hoping it's better than a 1.
God!
What a waste. All right. Beginning to hate these Vanish Round dice. And then
Change the color. Change the color.
I'm going to move to here. I think I can do that even with the terrain, right? Because I can't go behind, right? You said William couldn't go here. William could not go
Right.
here.
So
without,
where did you start? You were behind Cinnamon?
I'm right here in front of Cinnamon, yeah. And then I want to go to, I don't know how to ping in here. Yeah, I don't know what this does. I want to go diagonally on the other side of Letha. So that'd be double 10 and then 10, 20. That's still within my movement. So I could move to here.
All right. Biggs.
Okay, so with my action, I'm gonna elbow William and say, "Get up!" kind of angrily, and wake him up.
All right.
And then you fell asleep in the middle of the fight. And then I am going to use my bonus action to just move about here. And that's it.
All right. It is the Arene's turn. And it is going to cast... Let me just see something.
That's always a little scary.
No, I'm looking at the modifiers I have in here, and I don't think it's correct. So I just want to check the stat block again.
Too high?
No, it looks like it's not
Too low?
too low.
Jelly of
This is a
Club.
jelly of the month club situation.
Yeah. So it's going to cast Firebolt at Biggs. So this has a +4 on it. It doesn't have a modifier. So 12 will miss. And then you see it. It actually crawls up onto the ceiling. And the ceiling is 15 feet tall. And it climbs up into the middle of the room on the ceiling. So if you're going to attack it with a melee attack or something, you'd have to have a reach of 15 to get it.
Going to have to get on someone's shoulders.
Cinnamon.
Oh, gross. All right, I can take another step up here. And I'm going to try to shoot at the thing on the ceiling with my crossbow. Okay, that took a little bit of time, but it eventually showed up. All right. So it looks like 5
Took
piercing
5
damage.
points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. This creature that is right near you, Biggs, is, again, it's still engaged with you and attacking with its daggers. First attack is a 16. Second attack is a 19, which misses. And a third attack is a 14.
Thank you, Varun.
William, you see, let's see.
I see nothing.
You probably don't see anything. Shiver, your light spell is 20 feet bright light and then 20 feet dim light after that.
That's correct.
Now, I think you see kind of just emerging on like the very edge of that light spell. 2 more Kaitins step out.
Sweet.
Letha, it is your turn.
Alright, I am going to cast... I'm going to cast Ice Knife on the Aranea, however you pronounce it.
Ooh,
Natural 20.
nat 20. So if you do the
So is that
damage, it should automatically, yeah. 13
and
points.
Then it explodes. Let me see if let me just make sure. I think it still takes. No, damage is completely negated. Still did a number on it.
Yeah, you see the ice knife pierces through its chest, and there's kind of this black ichor that's dripping down off of it onto the webbing floor. You see it's kind of stumbling a bit. It's gripping, hanging there desperately from... it almost lost its grip, but still alive.
Okay. And then I forget how flanking works in 5th edition, but I'm going to move over here to try to help out Biggs.
Appreciate it.
Okay. There really is no benefit in your case for flanking. The only thing that I've sort of started adopting is that I'll allow a rogue to do a stealth check at disadvantage if they're in a flanking kind of position. All right, William, it is your turn. Oh, by the way, thank you for the cheer, Nut House.
Yay, that house. So having walked around in the webs and everything, do I get the impression that if I burning hand these guys that we're gonna go down in flames? Like, are you gonna have will everything catch on fire? Do I think it'll catch on fire if I burn hands? It ignites flammable objects. That's what I'm trying to figure out if I have a sense for that.
Make an Arcana check.
All right, Arcana check. Please don't roll a 1.
Oh,
19.
there you go.
You think that is a possibility?
All right, so I'm not going to do that then. I will move 10. Oh, I guess I can't do that. This isn't good.
It sort of depends on where you are when you cast it, I suppose.
If it hit the walls, that would
Right.
catch on fire, not the ground.
Like, yeah, I mean, you could, presumably the space is large enough, you could, as long as you're expertly, like, casting it in the cone that isn't going to interfere or impact your terrain around you,
Okay.
you could safely do it.
Okay, I think if I get right here, could I hit it to where it just skirts the corner, just the wall?
Yeah, you, like, right there, you know, the cone would be going out into the space
Yeah.
and not impacting the wall.
Yeah, okay, cool. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to step up and just, like, pull some pink fire into my hands, and just hit these guys with the burning hand. And I forget how to do targeting. I think you can...
What were you
Oh,
using,
that's not
Cinnamon?
good.
Control click?
Yeah, I used the control click. That seemed to work.
Okay. That seemed to work. And then I rolled it in the thing on the side, right?
Yeah. All right, we
Okay.
have 1 failure and 1 success. So 1 will take full and 1 will take half. And it was a big damage roll. 14 points.
Nice. All right, and then I will I think I still got them targeted for some reason, so there we go. And I'm going to walk away. So I think I moved. Do you remember how far I moved? I think I moved 20 because it's double movement.
I
So
think so.
I'll move back 10. And then like everyone, we've got company. That's my turn.
Also important to note, you've seen them like walking around. These other creatures seem unimpacted by the webbing. They're capable of moving at full speed on here.
I assumed I'm dead.
We should chop off their feet and wear them as slippers and see if that helps us move around better.
Yes.
Real dark, Cinnamon. Real dark.
They even fit.
I'm just trying to be like creative problem solver.
Shiver, it is your turn.
Always use protection. All right. I am going to back up to here, and seeing as how melee not going to be effective with that guy, I'm going to use it. Free up everybody else from having to hit this person. So we'll use Eldritch Blast on hopefully working. God damn. All right. And I am going to throw a third healing light onto Lisa. Yes.
There you go, Shiver. Nice job.
Pretty cool. All right. That's it for me.
Biggs.
All right. I'm just going to try to hit the guy right behind me there.
You swing with your short sword and you hit.
Yay! Yay!
10 points of damage.
All right. Just kill this guy and... Ah!
Oops, sorry. That pulled onto my mistake.
The creature on the ceiling, the Aranea, is going to... It casts poison spray at Cinnamon. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
So you take
Not so good.
7 points of poison damage.
Oh, great. I can't edit that
and
myself.
it breaks your concentration on the bane.
All right, I will cast Hellish Rebuke because I took damage. So as my reaction, I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke on... It was the creature on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll say, damn spider, as I point at it. And does that mean it failed, right? So I can roll the damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Thirteen points of damage. It's just barely clinging to the ceiling, but it is still alive. Just
Yeah.
all right. I need William to make a wisdom saving throw.
$16.
16. For I don't know if somebody's like typing.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, that's okay. If you just wouldn't mind like muting or whatever. So you see that for a moment, you feel like your attention is being drawn up to the cocoon, like the ceiling. And you feel like you see it like moving or something, but you shake it away. And you realize that you're being influenced by some kind of spell. It's trying to like insert ideas into your mind, and nothing happens. Cinnamon, it is your turn.
I don't like that big nasty spider thing, so I'm gonna try to shoot it with my crossbow again. Oh, that time it missed. That's really frustrating. And so I'm gonna use my bonus action to inspire the guy with the really nice hair. So I'm gonna say, if you fight as cool as your hair looks, you are gonna be so badass, and I'm gonna inspire William.
Fair enough.
Awesome. All right. So this creature that has been dealing with things is... Hey, Duff, thanks for the cheer. Appreciate that. We're just playing a little Isle of Dread here. And I'm getting some cool use out of this creature that Goodman Games came up with, the spellcasting spider. So the chitin here is slicing and dicing, trying to hit Biggs, no longer encumbered by the Bane spell. Even so, a 19 misses. I think Biggs is wielding a magical shield that was found in the Borderlands, if I'm not misremembering. So all of its attacks misses, and then these two chitins that were just burned up by the burning hands, first one moves ahead and is going to start taking some swings at William. First one is a miss. Second one is a 13. That misses. Last one is a crit. 7 points. And then the other comes up. First attack, the 14. Second attack, 17. And the third misses. Letha, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to cast. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I was going to cast it, but I realized it's not actually such a good. Oh wait, I can do it. I'm going to move over here, which does not provoke an AOO because I'm still within threatened space, and cast Cure Wounds on William. Yeah, better than nothing.
Right there. That's the spot.
One of your
Without
puncture
moving and
wounds closes up.
Casting a spell. I think that's everything I can do.
All
Yeah,
right,
it is.
William.
All right. Everyone seems like they've got things in hand with the massive scary spider. I'm gonna try to angle my flame one more time on these two spiders. I think if I kind of like angle it, like I think I should be able to do almost the same area. Is that cool with you, Alex?
I'm sorry, say it
If I
again.
ang- I'm gonna do the flaming hands again.
Oh,
I wanna see-
yeah.
yeah. I think I should be able to hit.
Well, from right there to get both of them, you would be hitting that back wall.
Okay. So if I move to like here, do you think I could get them?
You could, but you'd be you potentially get hit.
I'll take it.
Okay,
I'll take the chance.
let's see. Didn't work out so well last time.
Just don't crit. Just don't crit. God dang it.
Oh, jeez. The only person getting crit hit today.
You have crit me 3 times.
That's too good.
I'm probably dead, but
Well, I mean, it's a good thing I just healed.
All right, 7 points. You're still
Yes.
up.
It's a good thing you just
Yeah, it is a
healed
good
him.
thing.
Absolutely.
thank you, Letha. Okay. Well. All right then. Here we go. We're doing it. So I'm dropping the burning hands on them. Of course, they both
Okay.
succeed.
They both succeed, but they still take half. Oh! They're both still up.
Like, well, it's nice knowing everyone. Tell sister I miss him. That's it.
Shiver.
Sorry, I'm writing down. Tell sister I miss him. As something Shiver can say. All right. First off, I'm going to. How far away? So if I hit Control click, I can find out how far away. Okay. So bonus action Healing Light, 5 points to William. And then Eldritch Blast on my topside spider friend. Here's hoping I actually hit. Damn it.
Oh, miss.
All right. That's it for me.
All right. Biggs. You might be muted.
Yeah, I am. All right, I'm gonna hit the guy right behind me again. I'll try to.
That'll hit.
Hey. Die, you stupid thing!
You got it. You strike a palpable blow right through its chest, and it kind of gurgles out this black, ichor-like, thick liquid that must be its life force, and it gurgles and dies on the floor.
This thing is gross, and this island is gross, and
I'm gonna be kind of yelling and it as I towards William. So like, I'll go like right here. Okay, and
Oh, a goblin! Oh.
It's on our side. All right, the spider, the Aranea on the ceiling, is going to. It's going to cast poison spray again at Cinnamon.
Okay.
Please give me a Constitution saving throw, and it will do
10.
some damage. 7 points of poison damage.
Ah! Don't like this thing.
All right, let's see. Actually, Letha and Biggs, the two of you have dark vision, right?
yes.
I think half elves that.
Yeah, I think I do
they
too.
do. So now that you're looking in this direction, you will see there is another Aranea over there, kind of lurking in the darkness.
No.
And it is casting a. It's going to cast another spell, this time on Letha. Letha, could you give me a wisdom saving throw?
16.
Kind of just like William, you feel like this nagging, like attention is being drawn to the ceiling, and you almost feel like the fibers of the ceiling are kind of moving in a weird way, but you recognize the fact that there is some kind of magical effect that is trying to take hold of you, and you shake that off, and you look off into the distance, and you can see the spider is weaving a spell at you. So you get the sense that whatever you were seeing is not real. Cinnamon, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I am going to try to shoot at the one on the ceiling.
Yay.
Oh, yay. That one hit. It's always nice when you hit. Oh,
All right,
goody.
it drops down on its back, and its legs kind of curl up, and it shrivels up.
That's right. Take that. And I will step into the room so everyone can see me and I can see everyone. And I'm going to do Mantle of Inspiration as my bonus action, which will allow me to give everybody I can see 5 temporary hit points. And will also, if you want to take as your reaction movement right away, you can move up to your normal speed.
Ooh.
Yeah, without provoking opportunity attacks.
William's like, yo.
Peace out.
Yeah.
All
Don't need to
right.
tell me
Grab this
twice.
thing and get out of here.
So I have to mark that as a bardic inspiration. There.
Biggs, shoo, get in the hole, Biggs.
Oh,
Where the things are coming from.
And then I'm going to step back because I liked where I was. And that's my turn.
Just want to
I'll
make
go right
sure,
up here.
Letha, were you going to take movement?
No, I don't think so. I'm in a good spot right now.
Okay. So
For
then
what I was
the
planning to do.
chitines are up next. And first one is by you, Biggs, and it's going to attack. 23 to hit.
Ow.
5 points of damage. Second attack is a crit.
No! Why are we still
8
here?
points.
Alex, is your rage on? Should
Yeah.
be absorbing.
I should be raging, yeah.
Oh,
Is it not?
No, it's not.
Okay. Did it fall off or it is? Do I need to re-rage?
Yeah, I don't know. I must not have had the effect on your character.
Okay.
So I'll take 4 of those points back since you would have taken half. And then the third attack misses. Give you a moment if you. Well, the other one will step up to engage Letha.
Okay, that changes my
12 misses.
plans.
Second misses. Third attack misses.
Wow.
Letha, it is your turn.
Okay, so this kind of threw my plan out of whack. I guess I will. Because. Okay, I guess I will just have to scimitar this one instead.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
And 8 points of damage. Down goes the chitine. All right. William, it is your turn.
I'm gonna Sacred Flame Chitine 4. And just point at him or it, whatever it is.
It
Ooh,
very much fails. And
Max-
goes
Nice.
down.
drop a little pink flame on him. All right, everyone, swarm the big spider.
Just leave the big spider.
I think we're supposed to kill them. I actually forgot what we were doing.
We kill one of them. We can just drag that out and say, "Look, kill it!" Yay!
You're hoping to find some Neanderthal captives.
Oh.
So
okay.
saving people is kind of your objective.
Okay,
Remember,
we'll
killing the
save
spiders
the
is part of
people.
it.
They'll be your ticket to ride to staying in the cavern with them.
We have to actually save the people, not just kill the spider. Okay, we'll save the people. I guess.
Shiver.
All right, I'm gonna move up because right now I don't have impedance, right? Because of the thing that we got from Cinnamon.
Well, you had to do that as a reaction
Oh,
when I did it.
when you cast it, okay.
Yeah, it was
Then I
using
can-
your reaction at that moment to do.
So I can only move to here. Okay, never mind. All right. And then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the big spider. Please hit. Please hit.
That'll hit.
Ah, yes. All right.
19 points of damage.
Finally. All right. And then I'm gonna say pretty cool, and that'll be it.
Biggs, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna run up as much as I can towards the big spider. So, what can I do? A dash, or how far can I get? This with the in half
If you
action.
dash, you got 6, right? Or
So, what's your movement speed as a
Um,
goblin barbarian?
Yeah, not great.
Well, I
it-
know the goblins start at probably at 25 feet, but then you're barbarian, so I think you've gotten increases as time has gone on.
Let me see. Where does it say? Where do I find that? Is it an ability?
It's under the main tab next to where your
Okay.
initiative and AC.
Oh, 30. It's 30.
Or no, I'm thinking of monk.
Yeah, no, it's 30.
Barbarians do on some of them do.
They get fast movement at level 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's why I was
Yeah.
thinking that.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't have. So I have 30
she's only-
feet.
Should be 25 feet, I think, though, for Goblin.
Yeah, but it's.
I might
But
have
I have 30.
manually. I might have majors and not adjusted the speed. So I think
So it
it's
should just be 25?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So you'd be able to move 2 squares.
2 squares. But if I dash, can I dash? As my action? Can I get a little bit
Yeah,
closer?
yeah.
Okay.
Nuthouse just subscribed. 20 months. You almost had a
Aw.
2-year anniversary.
That's loyalty, man.
All right. So I'm just gonna move up to get closer to the spider, and that's my turn.
All right. Thanks for the subscription. All right, the big spider is going to take an action, and he's going to cast. What does he have? They all have different spells. Acid Splash. Actually, no. He's gonna drop down. Actually, seeing the big warrior come up, the spider's gonna drop down and get into melee with you, and attack with its bite. But you manage to hold up your shield and deflect its fangs from puncturing down on your body. Cinnamon, it is your turn.
What? Oh, there's another one? Seriously? Ah. I'll step out and try to shoot at this one. And that hits. So I'll do some piercing damage to it and step back in my hole.
Letha.
Alright. So it's 15 feet up. So
It's down on the
Drop
ground.
down now. Yeah,
Oh.
it dropped down to come get me.
oh, hmm. Okay, so once again, I can't use my best defensive spell, so produce flame.
Produce flame will hit.
Good to say, don't go near it. Let the goblin take the blood. She's not even a person.
Hey, well, fire damage.
I heard that you are a horrible person.
I'm kidding. It's just
William's gonna become the new Sir Stagos.
I just can't. No. I'm trying to play a good character.
It's so hard.
It's hard.
I know. What does that say
Yeah.
about you?
All right. Anything else, Letha? You did a point of fire damage to it.
Let's move in a little closer. Just about there.
All right, William.
All right. So I'm just going to stay back and just be like, get him, Biggs. You're doing great. And then I'll shoot a sacred flame at the fire. I mean the spider.
It will succeed.
Succeeds. Like, keep going. That's it, my turn.
Shiver.
All right. Seeing as how Cinnamon's had success with the crossbow, Shiver's got a back thing for the spear, and then pull out the crossbow and try that. Right.
That's a hit. 4 points of damage. You see your bolt goes sailing through and puncture through the carapace of the creature.
It was worth it. All right, done.
Biggs, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna take a swing at this spider. Extra angry this time. Extra rage. Thanks, William.
Let your hate flow through you.
Person, not a person. Said
You hit.
person.
And how would you like to finish it?
Stupid spider.
All right, so you're hacking and slashing wounds, and the goo is just sloshing through and absorbing into the fabric of the floor, and it curls up and kind of compacts upon itself. And
Like a
so
kick
you've earned yourself a moment of respite here.
Shiver would like to look at the chitines' bodies if there's a chance.
Sure. Make could be maybe nature, maybe
Sure.
arcana.
I got nature.
Okay.
Oh, are we out of initiative?
Yes. So Shiver, you go up and you look at one of these creatures, and it's definitely got arachnid features, but they kind of seem like secondary features. Like this had been a different type of creature at one time. It kind of almost looks like one of the Neanderthals, based on the description of the Neanderthals that you got. These kind of primitive-looking humans.
I don't have a great way of communicating this, so I'm going to try, because my connection to Cinnamon is best, to sort of point to the most Neanderthalish sort of. They had a tribal name, right? Didn't you say they were like the Aranea or the?
Oh, that's the name of the spider people, or the spider creature.
But when I was listening to the last game, you said that the Neanderthals had an actual tribe. It doesn't matter. I'll point at the features that look like that, and just sort of, kind of. I'm not allowed to draw either, so I just keep pointing at it now. Maybe try to communicate that to her through some kind of miming.
Well, actually, if you're looking around the room, there's kind of like this makeshift like furniture that's kind of made out of the fabric of the spider silk. And you're in both of these rooms are kind of similar in that they're studies. Like there are books on these bookshelves that are not made of spider parts, but actual parchment and book, ink.
Okay.
And if you look around, both of the Aranea had desks that they were like sitting at, like these things that they were using to lay out parchment and books they were reading, and so there's blank parchment around in ink pots.
Do you
at
think that
each of
they
these
maybe
desks.
weren't always spiders? That maybe they were druids or wizards or
Oh,
Yeah.
the Aranea?
I don't know.
I don't know how to say that.
Something.
Yeah, like Shiver seems to be trying to tell us something about these creatures here. Anybody like really good at studying and reading and want to like look at some of these books maybe and see
I
if
could
you
take a
can.
look, but
Here, I'm gonna have a look, see if there's anything arcane in there. Roll Arcana on it, I guess.
while Letha's
So that's
doing
an
that, I'm
8.
just gonna. Never mind. I just
Hold on, let me resolve that. So Letha, you go and you're looking at some of the things. Eventually, over in this room, you'll be checking out the desk that the Arene had been sitting at. And although you don't really know what you're looking at, even with a low roll, you'll suspect that there are 3 very distinct parchments that are laying out on the desk, and each of them is a spell scroll, but you don't know what. So there's going to be some loot that I'm going to add to the party sheet here. Spell scrolls that you're of undetermined quality. All right, William, you were going to check something out? Oh,
I was just going to. Go ahead.
Go ahead, William.
All right, I was just gonna check on Biggs and say, Biggs, come here. You took a few hits from that spider.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I can treat your wounds, and so I'm gonna try to do some healer kit action on her if she'll let me.
I'll look at you very suspiciously and kind of glare the whole time, but I'm letting you.
All right, just kind of sew you up and gauze you and everything. Like I was a doctor back in Maine. By the way,
Mhm.
I was just totally kidding about the goblin comment. Little gallows humor. And then I will, while everyone else is doing whatever they're doing, I will do that to Cinnamon and myself as well.
Well, hey, you're handy to have around, aren't you?
No, sometimes.
I was gonna try to look in the other room while Letha was in the room she's in. So to investigate this room, if that's okay.
Sure. What would you like to look at? There's
Well, I was gonna look at the desk and the
Desk?
bookshelves if they're at all close to each other. Otherwise, the desk first, because yeah.
Okay, we'll start with the desk. What you can see is maybe it had looked like there's like a disc there that as you go and you kind of look at it, you realize it's like not a part of the desk. It's actually a shield that has been carved out of a single piece of amber. It's very immaculately like carved. It's got handle on it, so it's obvious what the object is. On the front side of it, there's a lion face that has been carved chiseled out of the stone or the amber. There is.
Oh wow.
Give me a investigation check.
Okay.
Okay. This desk, it doesn't exactly have like drawers and things like that. It's more or less, just a thing that it built to set objects on while it was reading them or studying them. But you notice that within the fabric of the silk, there is hanging there this like earthen clay pot that it seemed to have tucked into the webbing to store it. And so you could like cut that out and bring that up. And so it's just like
Okay.
a I don't know, a small, maybe 1 foot tall earthen clay pot, and it's got like a big stopper in it.
All right. Well, I'll talk. Well, William's right here next to me, so I'll share this. Like, look at this. It looks like a really big, cool shield with a lion, and I think I could use my dagger and cut out this clay pot. That might have something cool inside. Like maybe it'll let us walk better in here or something.
As
Worth
she
a try.
says that, I put my hands up, and then I'm going to use Eldritch Sight, which access detect magic without a spell slot.
The shield detects his magic.
Okay. I do jazz hands and point at the magic at the shield. And did the scrolls light up at all?
Yeah, the scrolls would light up.
Okay. That's just okay, but the pot doesn't. So
The pot.
the ceramic thing she's gonna carve at with the.
It doesn't glow, but you detect that what's inside of it would be magic.
Okay. I don't always use protection.
I believe
All right.
it detects as enchantment.
Okay.
Well,
All right. I can't communicate any of that. This is my symbol for magic. So
make an Arcana check.
okay.
Along with there's some. It's a weird. It's a strange reading that you are getting off of the liquid. So Arcana check to see if you can make this distinction. 16 is pretty good. It's detecting as like a mix of necromancy and enchantment.
Got no way of communicating that to the others, but good for me to know. Okay.
Shiver, is there something we should drink? That helps.
Probably a good rule of thumb not to just drink suspicious liquids. I mean, that's kind of my thing. But
detecting it, you might have something.
As Cinnamon is going at it with the or not going at it with the dagger, she holds the dagger out. I want to check for traps.
Make a perception check. Maybe from your perspective, what you're really looking for are like egg sacs and things like that you've seen before. You don't see certainly no mechanisms or anything like that in the webbing.
Okay. I'm like,
all right. Well, if you want to back off, it looks like William decided to run away, and I can do this without anyone around just in case something bad happens.
I was just going to check with Letha.
I know. I totally understand, Doctor. You don't have to explain yourself.
I'm doing my rounds.
So I'll try to use my dagger to get the earthen clay pot free.
Yeah, you managed to do that and pull it out.
And so the shield itself is being used as like the tabletop of the desk. Is that how you were describing it?
Yeah. There are some like books and things like that, like on top of the shield.
Does it look like it'd be possible to like get the shield? Like,
yeah, it's not actually it's not actually inside the webbing the same way that the pot was. It was actually like on top of this thing. Almost like the creature maybe was studying it or trying to learn something about it itself. It doesn't seem like an object that the Aranea themselves would use.
Yeah. Well, I'll kind of okay, Shiver. I'm gonna touch it and see what happens. So you might want to back off because you're kind of close. I'm gonna touch it, and if it doesn't like blow me up, then I think we should take it. It's really cool.
So is it like you're like booping the shield? Okay.
Yeah, I was
Nothing
waiting
happens.
for him to back off, and then I touch it, and and as soon as it seems like it's okay to touch, I'm gonna try to grab it.
Okay. So you have it. I've added the shield to the party sheet as well.
Awesome. Cool. Well, maybe we should see what the others are up to.
I'll take a look at that shield, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's totally touchable.
Oh, good. I like touchable things.
I'm sure you do, Doctor.
Uh-oh. So I will I will take the shield, Alex, and assuming that they were touching it, nothing like triggered or cursed them. I will go ahead and just start to use it, if that's okay
All
with
right.
everybody else.
I mean, it's touchable, but you might not want to like just get nice and cozy with it quite yet. I mean, we could
I
get
don't
it.
have the rules of... Okay, fair enough. I will not use it. I don't know how
I mean,
D&D
you're welcome
works,
to use it, but Shiver was doing jazz hands, so I think it's magical in some way.
I think, William, you're like you are like using it, and Cinnamon's like warning you against it, and then you're like, oh yeah, fuck this, and like you can't put it down.
Well, I've done this to
Always
myself.
use protection.
And it also feels like
a doctor. You should know these things.
It's extremely heavy. This piece of amber. It's very unwieldy. So this is actually going to be a liability versus a protective thing for you.
Fantastic.
Oh no!
So should I take my shield off? All right. So I'll remove my normal shield, and I'm assuming that this is not... You said it's not actually giving me a bonus, right?
It's not giving you a bonus, and it's actually giving you a negative.
Excellent.
So beyond not having a shield bonus now, you also have a further -1.
All right.
It's not like an anti-shield.
The way to remove this is to get a remove curse spell.
Yeah. Well, okay, excellent. It looks good though, doesn't it?
Oh, it goes with your hair. It is so cool. Yeah, and it's totally worth it. Beauty comes at a price. Sometimes that price is a lower AC.
That's right.
But all the ladies and guys, I don't know what you're into, will just love it.
I'll toss this shield into your inventory for you. The other items are in the party sheet. The scrolls and the jar.
So I'd like to point out the scrolls. Say it looks like I found some scrolls and spell books here. Do it look like they've been examined recently or anything? Like
these 3 scrolls?
Yeah.
Given the there's some like ink some more there's like gourds and like hollowed out skulls that have ink and things like in them. It would appear that the Aranea actually drafted these scrolls.
Looks like the scrolls are fairly recently done up too. Can't tell what they are, but I probably guessed. In light of everything else we've seen.
All right, I guess I can come over by you guys because I was talking to William and
Yeah.
There were books in the other room too, Letha, if you like books and stuff. I just looked at the desk, but there may be other interesting things. Are you like much of a reader?
I mean, you go for the more natural sorts of magic, but I know a thing or two about the arcane. So yeah, I'll take a look.
Give me a religion check.
Okay. Oh, I am actually proficient in that. And I got a natural 1.
Jeez.
Well, part of the reason that would explain the 1 or the 4 on this is all of these tomes, all of these books are not in a language that you know.
Okay, so I know Common, Elvish, Druidic, and Abyssal.
This is a language you've never seen before.
All right.
I guess even with a 4, We'll say what you know about the tomes and the books in here is that they are vaguely have something to do with religions that you are unfamiliar with. But with a 4, you're not really deriving any meaning.
So when I see Letha over there, kind of like reading through the books, I'm like shaking the shield, trying to get it to come off, and like I mean, I do have a little bit of knowledge of religion. We had to study it back at Temple when I was being trained, so I could take a look if you'd like.
Sure. I mean, I don't even recognize the script they're written in, so maybe you'll have better luck.
I might
Go
recognize
ahead.
some of the symbology. Let me take a look. I can't make any sense of it. You're right. This is gobbledygook. It's nonsense.
Well,
These
maybe,
spiders are crazy.
well, we could still take it with us and maybe find somebody else who can figure it out.
Maybe somebody who can cast remove curse.
That too.
Okay. Alex, were there any signs of the captives? I mean, I know that sort of the chitons kind of look like they might be Neanderthals. Any
Okay, better question. Do we
not-
know
tracks?
Not
we know how many people were taken, and do the Kitines we fought account for?
You don't know numbers, but the information that Selvin would have gotten from the from the Neanderthals was they made it seem like they'd been at war with these creatures for some time and probably suffered many losses. So even with Shiver's understanding that maybe what the Aranea are doing with the Neanderthals is transforming them into these creatures, probably this isn't everything.
Yeah.
A few of you have passed through. There is a tunnel here that seems like it expands into a really big open chamber. So there is more to explore.
Well, after seeing what happened with the shield, I'm going to put the clay pot in like my backpack for now and think, I might investigate this further at a time where if something terrible and awful happens, I'm not in the middle of a spider dungeon.
I think there's an
and
item in the party sheet that's probably called potion. It probably looks like potion to you. You can take
I
that off.
see 3 scrolls and unidentified item. Is it
Okay,
probably
unidentified item is the
Okay,
jar.
that's what I thought. And I'd like to just kind of listen at the entryway here, kind of sneak up to, and see if I can hear anything in this, like around the corner of this tunnel area.
Okay. Is this the kind of thing where you want to like progress forward sneakily and see what you can perceive?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't really
Okay.
want to ever take the lead, but I just want to be able to say to my best knowledge if there's anything in that room, just to get like any creatures in that room, if any sounds or any shadows I could see moving. So I'm not
Okay.
really planning to walk into it, but just
Okay.
kind of like getting
Just
a
give me
little
a
closer and
perception.
okay. 21.
It's fairly silent. However, you feel like you can hear like wheezing, like breathing of like many creatures in sort of a suffering kind of way.
Ooh. And Shiver's next to me. So did you hear that? Sounds like something.
Once in a while, even very far off, like a whimpering. It's very subtle, but you had a very good perception check. So
Okay.
those sounds you don't feel like are coming from the immediate next area, but somewhere else further down.
Okay.
I forgot that I have this ability, so I'm going to repeat back to Cinnamon exactly the noise I just heard perfectly so that she knows I heard it.
Yeah. We should let the others know. There might be maybe those are the Neanderthal.
I
So-
nod.
like tiptoe over, so I'm not making a ton of noise. And then here's Biggs and William. Yeah, I think Shiver and I were hearing some noises. It sounds like creatures in pain. Maybe if we like really quietly go into that next area, we could kind of scope it out, see what we can find.
Alex, there's no natural light in it, right? Like if we don't produce it.
Right.
Yeah, so that light went out a while ago. I'm assuming after like 10 minutes it goes out. So right now we are lightless. And I know, Cinnamon can move and see everything in dark vision, but I can't. So
I can cast
I'm,
light if you need it.
I'm going to keep the light off for now since we're trying to be sneaky.
I
but-
see.
Oh, so like you want
I
me to
can't
go,
communicate
or-
that.
I just was thinking of the idea, like we should all do that. Like, who'd like to go first? Shiver?
Yeah, I'm pretty
All right.
sneaky. I just can't see.
I can see a little, and I'll sneak. I'll go first.
All right. Give me a.
Um,
Go ahead and
Nick,
give me a
sorry.
stealth check.
Too late. I'm gonna give her a little guidance in her way out. Just,
Okay.
Nice.
Here's guide you.
I'm missing one.
Yeah.
Guidance is an advantage,
14?
is it?
Lauren, are you muted, Lauren?
Oh yeah, it is.
I think I was muted. Yeah, I had this. Oh, because I had disadvantage because of the armor. So yeah, so it was 14
Okay.
Did you add the guidance on? It's a +4.
guidance.
Or, I mean,
so
a
it's
D4.
the guidance plus 4. So
You roll a D4.
I roll a d4 onto it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
16.
So 16.
So you kind of creep ahead, and you see into the next area. This enormous chamber is covered in webbing, just like the rest of the complex, but it's much more expansive. The ceiling stretches up 30 feet here, and you can see that hanging from the ceiling are these bulbous, cottony, almost like the egg sacs that you punctured into, but much larger. And each of them seems to writhe and move. And as you're kind of gazing up and studying these things, you can see that each of them seems to hold an encased humanoid creature that is struggling against the confines of this durable silken prison that it's in. Against the wall, you see yet another spider-like creature. Another Aranea that is. It has one of the Neanderthals in its clutches, and it's weaving the silk in this cottony web around it, and it's adhering to the wall. This woman, a Neanderthal woman.
And I just see the one of them. I don't see any more in the room. Just the one of the spider things.
Yes. How did I set this up? One second, I'll get the token on the map so you can see exactly where he's at.
Okay.
And some
Over
mysterious baby noises.
here.
Yeah. He's in the background.
There's a baby in there. We have to save. Give me some Curse of Strahd vibes.
Oh yeah. Anything with baby noises is kind of creepy, in
Yeah.
game world.
It is in the game world.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, in real life, not so much, although sometimes,
Kids can be real creepy sometimes.
And what did you have, a 16 on your stealth check?
Okay. So
So I just have to see.
I'm going to
Oh, 1 second.
Just
What'd you have? You had a 16 on the stealth check? Okay. You don't get the sense that it's seen you. Just
Okay.
continues its work.
It's just continuing its work, and it's over there in the corner. Okay, so I am going to. Can anyone see me from where I am? Any of my party see me at all? Or
Yeah.
am I too?
I can.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of just like do some pantomime. Like I'm gonna
following you.
motion like forward, and also like motion that people are trapped, like kind of like shake a little bit and like against it, and then do like one big spider thing, and put one, so you guys can see what's going on a little bit. Be probably easier if you could see me really, and just like motion for you guys to come there, and I'm gonna start trying to sneak towards the spider if I can, against the wall, kind of making my way towards.
Yeah, as long as you're going alone, I'll let your same stealth check stand.
Okay. So I can go, I guess, how far can I get doing that? Just 25?
What's the name of the map again? I gotta reload it.
I'll pop it up for you.
Oh, thank you.
Show me where your intention is, Biggs.
So I want to get as
You
close
just
to
move your
him.
token there.
Okay. I want to get as close as I can get over to him. So I'm going to try to stay along the wall so that I can kind of stay hidden.
Okay, so like progressing around like this way, or were you thinking like over along this wall?
Eventually, I want to try to like go ahead, go as far over as I can, like around the wall, around the corner to try to get him.
Okay, we'll say you're like right here right now. What would you like to do?
Okay. Can I, where I am, like try to free any of the people that are in the cocoons, or where are they located?
They're like on the ceiling.
They're on the ceiling, so they're probably too high up for me to get then.
Anything that you would do to try to free them, like maybe it's possible to. It's kind of like a silken, kind of like an egg sac that's hanging from like a thin. There's like a thin piece of silk, almost like a rope that connects that to the ceiling. So if someone were to take a shot with like an arrow or a bolt, it's presumably could potentially sever it, but it's not going to be a very subtle action.
Yeah, it would be a very quiet thing if I did that. Okay. Then let me see. Sorry, hold on. Okay,
one other thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Now that you're over here, there's something else that you can see. There is another wall of web, just like the one that was blocking the entrance down over here. And from the other side, you can see movement. And, just vaguely, you can see forms behind that. And you give me a perception check. And your sense of it is that there are Neanderthals back there. That's a prison.
Okay.
Those that have not yet been
they haven't been released, but there's
they're being held captive, but they haven't been put through this process is that the Aranea is putting them through.
Okay. So since I see that there are like prisoners back there, but not additional baddies, and I can't attack him from where I am yet, so
He kind of
I
like
am-
he kind of
ahead.
completes his work on the ceiling and drops down, his back turned to you.
I'm gonna make an attack on him. I'm gonna
Okay.
rage and make an attack.
So you got a surprise round here.
I make the surprise attack, is there, or do I get a?
It just means
Okay.
means you get to act.
Okay, I didn't know if I got a bonus for that, like a rogue
Yeah.
or something, but okay.
Certain classes have features that interact with a surprise round, but
Make sure you add your rage on so you get the bonus damage.
The rage should be on, is it not?
it's
Hold
not.
on. Yeah. Oh, I pushed rage. Is it not? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to manually put it in because I clicked rage and it says rage, but
Uh,
Might have
here,
to
I'll
drag it to
I'll
you.
drop it on you. There you go.
okay. Okay. And then yeah, I attacked him, but I missed.
Okay, so as you do that, the thing like kind of turns around and its spider-like arms kind of flip up and they make like a downward motion, and you see a couple of the pods up above open up, and the chiatines drop down, several around the room.
No.
Oh no.
So this is meant to be your big battle, your boss battle. We'll roll initiative.
Just me.
Oh,
And
No,
the
we're coming.
Aranea comes up on top. And it turns around to look at you. And he's going to cast a spell, Spiritual Weapon. Let's see, what should the spiritual weapon look like? It apparates this it's like a spider's fang, and it almost drips with a venom that is flying around, and almost looks like a dagger that's just hovering around your head, and it's going to try to hit you. A 21 will hit. 1d8 plus 2 force damage. So 6 points.
And that should be half by my rage, right?
I think it depends on the type of rage you have. You might have a ability
I have, like,
that...
She took bear totems. I think she's
Is
Yeah,
it
I have
bear totem?
Yeah.
anything but psychic, I believe.
Okay, we'll have to adjust your rage thing at some point here. I'll make a note of that.
Okay.
So yeah, that should be 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So I'll make that adjustment there.
Thank
Nuthouse just redeemed a ward inspiration. Let us know who you'd like to give that to. So that's the spiritual weapon. It's still got, that's a bonus action, so he still has an action, and he's going to use his
Oh.
action to cast poison spray. Can you give me a Constitution saving throw? That's probably one of your good ones. And fortunately for you, the DC is 12, so you make the save.
Hey.
All right, William, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to.
All right, William,
I'm
you
gonna
have
kind of-
inspiration.
Yay! All right, excellent. So I will move in a little closer. So I'll kind of go. I guess I can get probably right there, maybe, in the rough terrain. And am I able to hit Chitin 3 with the Sacred Flame? I know it ignores cover, but I don't know if.
You probably can't see that one, but you could see one, or
All right,
or
I'll
two.
throw it on one then. So I'm gonna throw it on one and just say, "Take out the little ones. They're fast. They make lots of attacks." And he succeeds, but do better than that. That's my turn.
Biggs, it is your turn.
Oh, she ran upstairs to get the baby. I imagine she's just going to rage out and hit the Aranea.
That sounds good to me. Let's see. Action. Short sword +2 is a miss. I don't think. Does she usually have any bonus action or anything that happens?
She can bonus action disengage. I don't know. I think she's fine. I mean, I guess when she comes back, you can let her decide if she wants to disengage and like run away or something.
Sounds good. We'll move on to the Kytines. This first one saw you cast a spell at it, so he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hey, Alex.
Yes.
I have a question because I might have screwed up something. With light, it's an hour. I thought it went off, but it wouldn't have gone off. Do you want me to play like I dismissed it, or do you want me to have it be left on? And would it have mattered for any of the action economy? That's like, man.
No, it wouldn't matter for anything. It's up to you.
Because I'd like to have left it on.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
So this thing moves to right here, and you get the sense that he's readied his actions to attack anything that comes near him. The others, this one is moving back 5, 10, 15. Gets over here to Biggs. Swings. 15 misses. Second attack misses. And a third attack is an 18, which misses. The third one here goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. On the other side of Biggs. 23 will hit. 4 points, partially resisted. Second attack. Misses. Third attack. Misses. And then the fourth one. Goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets to right here. Also stays put. Shiver, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move. Got a clearer shot. Gonna Eldritch Blast this one here. Is my stuff's all set up. Damn. All right, I'll miss, and that's all I'll be able to do.
Cinnamon, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to cast a second level shatter on the two that are in front of me. So I'll center it with the radius so it just hits them, and it, because there's that open area all around them. I don't want to include any of us in that radius. And let's see, it's a save.
One succeeds, one fails.
All right.
Nice.
And they both take. They both look pretty rough.
All right. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I mean, we're not with that movement. It won't get you very far. Do you want me to hold off for now? I'm not thinking I want to take a bonus action at this point.
Yeah, wait
So,
to get closer to Big so we can get her out
yeah.
of there.
All right. So I will take a step up, though, because I get the sense that some of the people with me might not be as strong as I am. She does it really begrudgingly, though, because she doesn't like putting herself in danger.
He takes his ready to action, but misses you. You kind of step forward and dodge right out of the way.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Letha.
All right, let me. Okay, I've got it. I think I know what to do. It should solve this problem. Quick actions. I'm going to use my last first level spell slot. Well, spell slot at all. Period. To cast Ice Knife on this chitin. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Crit.
Nice.
That's excellent.
And he's hella dead.
And then then it explodes. So I'm going to assume that it automatically failed the explosion. But okay, so you still got the chitin 1 to deal with, but I
Nice.
did just take out one of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right. The Aranea is over by Biggs. It's going to use the bonus action to use the spiritual weapon. And an 18 will miss. It then is going to cast... Actually, it has a dagger, which it pulls out, and it's going to try to stab down at you. 21 will hit. And so the total, there's some poison damage on there. The total is 19, so you'll take half, and you'll take 9 points of damage,
Oh.
which I will add on there.
All right.
William, it is your turn.
Well, good job, Letha. We're almost through, and then I will Sacred Flame the remaining chitin. And
It succeeds.
Like, get him, team.
They're holding the line. They're keeping the party separate. Biggs, you bravely charged forward to save the day, to take on the big bad.
I did. And so I'm going to try to stab him with a slightly less enthusiasm than usual. All right. Here we go.
You hit. 12 points of damage.
Take that! And then I'm going to disengage and kind of right over here from the Sistine guys.
Okay.
All right. And that's my turn.
They are up next. This one that's right by Cinnamon is just kind of barely alive, but it's going to take its last few moments of life to try to take out Cinnamon. One miss, second is a miss, and the third attack is a 19. So it does manage to scratch you before its inevitable conclusion here. But the other two are very healthy and over by Biggs. The one sees you run, and so it's going to route you 5, 10, 15, 20. Gets to right here and you're stuck. You're trudging through this webbing, and it's difficult. And he easily gets to the other side and jumps right in front of you. Takes its 3 attacks. Miss. 22 hits. And you resist that. Last attack is a 20. The other one follows you. Is on the other side, so you're just surrounded. 18 misses. 11 misses, and the third attack misses. Shiver, it is your turn.
All right, I am gonna cast. God, I'm not sure about my action economy here. I'm gonna move forward to here. Then I am going to try to finish this guy off with which blast. It behaves itself. And
That's a hit.
all right.
The force of your Eldritch Blast hits him, and he goes flying into the webbing and just kind of curls up on himself.
Cool. That's it for me.
All right. All right. Next up is Cinnamon.
Okay. All right. I will step forward as much as I can. 30. I would like to try to shoot with my crossbow. I think I'll go for the not the big bad, but the little number 2 guy at the bottom.
Okay. Sounds good. Crit.
All right. And that'll do some damage. So, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word, and I would like to cast it at a 2nd level. So that'll be 2d4 plus 5. I don't know how to really do that. Do I just drop it on Biggs and then have her add an extra d4, or
If you drag the
oh,
dice,
I see. I
then
just
right-click.
clicked and it added the extra one. All right.
don't even need help.
So I figured it out as I was talking. Sorry. So there.
Thank you.
Never mind. I'm useless.
No. You just
Well, that was
confirmed
well
what I
done.
totally figured out, but it made me feel so much more confident. Thank you. All right. And I'm stuck out here in the middle, so I'll just stay right here.
Sounds good. Letha, it's your turn.
All right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. You know what? I guess I will. I'm too far away to do anything, so I guess I will just use my dash action to get as close. For 1, 2. Remind me, it's difficult terrain, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that means 1, 2, 6. All right, so I'm going to go there, and that's my turn.
All right. It's now the Arena's turn. It moves the spiritual weapon and takes attack with it. 22 will hit Biggs, dealing. I will add it on. It'll be 3 points of damage. after rage is taken into account. Then it casts Bane. Or no, it's not going to do that just yet. It's just going to take another stab with the dagger at Biggs. A 15 misses. William, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to step up as far as I can go, which I think I can get right there behind Cinnamon, and I will take a shot at Chitin 2, Sacred Flame. Go. What have I got myself into? Oh, for the crying out loud, thing's not working. That's it.
Biggs.
All right, I'm going to try again to hit the giant spider guy.
And it is a miss.
And I'm just going to say, oh, no.
The Chitons are up next. They're taking it's just a blizzard of daggers that are trying to strike at Biggs.
I just have my little shield up above me.
Well, it's working. Because you managed to deflect all of those. And there's the one behind you, which is attacking. Ooh, lands a critical hit. Second attack is a second critical hit.
Oh, goodness.
Alex, we need to talk about your chitons.
Yeah, what
like it.
color are your dice? Because this is the...
Blood red. And the third attack misses. Shiver, it is your turn.
That's good.
All right, I'm gonna dash to here, and then I'm going to bonus that. And as a warlock, I cast everything now, second level. So I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Biggs, and so I don't think it works on my spells like this though. So I'm not sure how to do Healing Word. It's like, can I just?
If you click and hold the die in your cursor, and then you right click, you can add a second die.
There we go. All right, and then is that
Thank
plus
you.
20? But that should be also
Should have your charisma modifier on
plus,
there.
yeah, +3, so that should be a 9.
Oh,
So we'll give you 3 more. I just added it in.
I didn't roll it on her though, so
I just
I
added
just
it.
actually rolled it in the tray. Okay, all right, I messed that up.
All right. Next up, Cinnamon.
Okay, I'm going to step forward just a little bit, or down, or whatever. And I will try to shoot at the little guy on the bottom. Just try to get somebody out of the ranks here. See if that'll do it.
It does.
Oh, yay! All right. Yeah, I'm totally gonna have to pick up more crossbow bolts at some point, but and I think that'll be it. That's all I'll do.
Remember, you can recover half of what you used, which probably matters now
Yeah.
more than ever.
I do that. Yeah, I've been keeping track of that, but I started with less than my full amount, and I've been using a lot.
Letha.
Okay, so I think under the circumstances, I will cast. So one chitin. Let's cast Produce Flame on the big guy. That's a 12.
That one will miss.
All right.
All right, the Aranea is going to take an attack with the spiritual weapon. Which will miss Biggs. And then it's going to move. Biggs, you could take an attack of opportunity.
Definitely will. All right. Well,
But it moves.
I tried, y'all.
We appreciate
It's
the effort.
to right here.
A little beat up.
Dagger out. And it stabs at Letha. Hits with a 20. 12 points of damage. William.
All right, I'm gonna see that happen, and I'm going to move a little closer. Can't get all the way over, but I can get about there, and I will Sacred Flame. I'm gonna Sacred Flame the boss. At this point, I feel like Biggs is the other one locked down, so I'm just gonna be like, "Hang in there, Letha. I've got something I can heal you with."
I don't think I've done any damage to the other one, just so you know.
All right, it fails.
Okay.
Takes 5 points of damage from the Sacred Flame.
There we go. All right, that's my turn.
Biggs.
I'm going to take an attack on number 3.
That's a hit.
All right. Yay.
And then he's going to retaliate and try to strike at you. Miss. 22 will hit. And third attack misses. Shiver, it is your turn.
I'm gonna move my 3. Oh, there we go. And I am going to Eldritch Blast at the Aranea.
That's a hit.
Okay. It does get because of agonizing, which I don't think. Oh, it does now. Okay, never mind. Yep, that will do it.
All right. Cinnamon.
All right. I think I want to try to. I don't know. Like this guy's on the ground now. The Aranea or Aranea. Okay, so he's pretty much all I can see, right? Like I can't see the creature behind where I'm standing.
Yeah, that'd be true.
Okay. If I moved here, would I have the ability to aim at number 3
Yep.
and help Biggs out? All right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do that. All right. And that hit for 7 piercing. And I think I'm going to do my Mantle of Inspiration as a bonus action to get some temporary hit points on a few of my friends here. Because I can see you, and you're within range. Oops, not him. How do I turn him off? He's not my friend. So we'll do the temporary hit points, and then if anybody of those people wants to use their reaction and move right now, you're welcome
Does it
to do
provoke any
that.
MMO?
No, it won't provoke attack of opportunity. So
Okay.
How much
Uh,
movement
up to your full movement. I mean,
and ignoring the
it doesn't
terrain?
say anything about ignoring terrain, but it won't
Okay,
provoke
Okay, well, I will use my reaction to move over here next to William.
That looked like a series of diplomacy moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Totally did. Totally did.
Did.
And
Oh.
William's totally, trying to stab all the psychic.
Oh, that's funny.
okay. It's like, oh, Letha, don't worry, I'll get you next round.
How could you?
All right.
All right.
That's it for me.
Letha.
Okay, let's I feel like I'm having better luck with produce flame, so let's see what that. Oh,
All right. Next up is the Aranea. Spiritual weapon will try to take a swing at Biggs. A crit.
Alex, come on.
The audience can verify. They can see it.
That's 73 crits. Yeah.
I don't
Well,
doubt it rolls it. I just kind of wonder what's going on, with
we
the
just
math.
have questions about the
It tells us that you rolled a critical hit.
I've been taking a coding class in my off time to make sure that.
Oh.
So it'll end up being 6 points of damage with your rage. So that'll eat up those 5 temp, and then 1 damage will carry over. And then the Aranea will. Oh, actually, I could do this. It's going to cast Bane. And it's going to target Shiver. Fails. I'll throw that negative impact on you. It targets Biggs, who fails. And it will target Cinnamon. Who makes the save.
Yeah, I'm not scared of spiders anymore, so it doesn't work.
And it moves over here by Letha.
Oh, no.
William.
man, it really doesn't like me.
No. Oh.
All right, I see the spider move to Letha. I took an oath to only do good, and I'll go here, and then I'll move right there. Actually, I'm gonna go 1, 2, and then get behind Letha and pull out the healer's kit and be like, I normally do this in the courts. I'm not in the battlefield, but and I just start trying to do some healing kit action on her. And I will roll that. You're level 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. And there you go. And that's my turn.
Cliff wants you all to know that I'm adding 10 to each roll, so he's.
Oh.
He redeemed plus 10? Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Biggs.
All right. Gonna go after this jerk beside me.
No.
And even with the Bane, it's a 24 to hit, so.
Wow.
All right.
That is enough to bring
Kills
that
the-
down. So you just got the big guy to contend with now.
All right, and then I'll try to move towards him. My bonus action. I can move very much though. Oops, hold on. everything kind of froze for me. But I'm just going to move towards him. You can go on to the next.
Okay. Shiver, it is your turn.
All right. So with Bane, I get a -4 on my attack rolls, right? But not if
Wouldn't
you
im-
have to do a saving throw.
Yeah, it doesn't impact that.
So I will be Sacred Flaming the Aranea. Once I get this. Okay.
And it succeeds.
Damn it. Okay. And then as bonus action, I'm going to use my last Healing Light Bigs
You.
for 2 more hit points.
Yes.
All right. That's my turn.
Cinnamon.
Oh, I am gonna try to shoot at the big spider thing. And it doesn't work. I don't like that. And then I'm just gonna duck around the corner.
It's okay, Cinnamon.
It's
Uh,
just so big. I don't know how I missed it.
Cinnamon, you're standing right by that webbing that's covering that portal that would, or the doorway south of you, and you can kind of hear all these grunting Neanderthals are like, and they're like cheering you on, like hoping for your success. And then there's one distinct voice that you hear that's saying, "Kill that thing! Yeah, you guys are awesome!" And it's actually speaking a language, whatever is back there. You can't see what it is, but there's one voice that is intelligible to you.
Okay.
Letha, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to scimitar that big ass spider.
It's a
One
hit.
more I could have got. 4 damage.
Crits.
All right, 4 damage. It maintains concentration on Bane, but it is 4 points closer to death. And then we turn to its turn. Spiritual Weapon is following Biggs. Taking a swing. A 22 hits. And so 7 points halved is 3. So I'll add that on. The creature itself is going to stab at William with its dagger. An 18 hits. And William takes 14 points of damage.
Jeez, I don't.
Oh, that 1 hit point.
1 hit point away.
Oh, jeez.
That's like the 3rd time this has happened.
William, it is your turn.
Like, oh, I'm the doctor. I'm not the dangerous one. And then I will Sacred Flame on the Aranea. Like, let's see here. There we go. Here comes the flame, and it succeeds. And
I used
I
up one
will,
of my pre-planned 20s, though.
Yeah, that's right. I'll just drop down, just kind of like, it was worth it. Everything was worth it. And
Biggs.
Say, oh, don't give up, Dr. Goodhair. We're almost done here.
And I'm going to move as much as I can. Actually, I'll just dash forward, I guess, so I can get up to it for my next turn.
All right.
And that's it.
Your rage drops off.
Oh, that's not good. All right.
can she do it? Could she re-up it, or is it?
No,
just
that was
gone?
my second rage. So cool.
Shiver.
I will take my movement to here, and then I'm going to try Sacred Flame again. What happens?
It fails.
So that means that my spell fails or it failed. Okay.
And it breaks concentration on the Bane
Yes.
spell.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Cool. All right. Let's go to town.
Cinnamon.
Okay. I'm going to take a step so I can see this big bad guy more clearly, and I'll shoot at him with my crossbow. Oh my goodness. It's just so hard to hit him. And then I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Healing Word first level on William. I mean, you get 8 back. And then
Almost full health.
I'll step back, kind of hiding around the corner a little bit again.
Letha.
I guess I am. Yeah, I'm gonna keep swinging my sword at it because I'm running out of. Because I have no spell slots left, and it's gonna do more damage than my spells. That's a miss.
All right. The Aranea moves the spiritual weapon closer. Tries to clobber Biggs with it. Gets a 23 to hit.
I did reapply the rage. I had one more left, so I retconned that. So I'm raging still.
Okay. So it'll be 3 points. And then the Aranea another dagger attack at William.
William!
No.
13 hits.
No, that shouldn't hit. I think something's not right. I should
You're
have.
holding an amber shield.
Is
that...
it because of your shield? Because
Hmm.
you don't have the shield bonus and it's a -1.
Yeah, I should have 14. Maybe does the shield automatically apply the -1?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's
So
why.
you might be doubling the penalty.
Yeah,
Okay.
because my AB it should be 14 after.
Okay,
After the
so you move and you're weighted down by this stupid thing, but somehow in this particular circumstance, it like blocks the dagger. Luckily, William, it is your turn.
Getting the hang of this thing, I think.
It's powerful.
All right, so here comes Sacred Flame Retaliation.
It fails. Roll some damage. You see it kind of stumbling a bit as it takes that damage. It's still on its feet, but it's on the ropes.
We've got this. Finish it off.
Biggs.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do just. And... Nope. I'm getting kind of tired.
Shiver.
All right. I am going to move here and hand Biggs a potion of healing. So I just dropped that on her to give it to her.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you want to administer it?
I can if I can administer it and save her an action, I'll do that.
Yeah, you can do the water boy thing.
All right.
Use it on your turn to give her the effect now. So 2d4 plus 2. You just rolled 2d4 in the chat. I don't have a coded thing for it. So it'll be 8 points of healing.
Oh, thank you, Shiver.
I'll apply that right now. So.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Anything else, Shiver?
That's it for me. Oh, wait. Well, yeah, because it'd be a bonus action to do anything else, right?
Yeah, if you got a bonus action.
Not
Okay.
that I'm gonna take. Nope, good.
Cinnamon.
All right. I'm gonna try it again. This time I'm really gonna aim carefully because it's so hard for me to hit it. Ah! Still can't hit it. Sorry. All right. That's all I got.
You just hear a voice from beyond the webbing saying, "Ah, good shot! You almost got it."
It's not helping to hear you say things behind me.
Well, I'm just doing my best. Don't worry. The nerves. They'll pass. Don't worry.
Okay, you're right. Shake it up.
Is that the gym door? How did it get here?
Letha, it is your turn.
Okay. Alex gotta turn around at some point. More. Yes.
15.
That's a 5.
Anything else from Letha?
No, I don't think so.
All right. The Aranea casts Healing Word on itself.
Oh, that's
Aw, that's kind of sad. It's like really bad action economy, Irene.
Well, it's doing what it can.
And then it's going to take a swing at the doctor.
He deserves it.
But it's a miss. William, it's your turn.
Like, listen, all right, fine, and then I'll burn him.
You can tell it like knows what you're talking, what you're saying. It's like, mouthy little bastard. Trying to stab. All right.
Whenever watched the miniseries It, remember this at the end of the It miniseries where they're like stomping the spider to death and it's like sad and pathetic. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
I do.
Let's see. Anything?
That was
that's it.
That was
Okay.
my action.
Biggs.
All right.
That's a hit.
Yay! You should just give up now. And that's my action.
Shiver.
All right. At this point now, I'm going to move back to here. Go to the old standby. Nope. That's all I got.
All right, Cinnamon, you're up.
All right. Okay. Well, 6 times a charm or whatever, right?
Yeah, just square your shoulders.
All right. I'll square my shoulders and
Yeah.
boop. Hey! Thanks, voice. You're really helpful. All right. So that'll be 10 points of
10
damage
points.
there.
All
So
right.
yeah, any other tips? And I'll kind of talk with the voice in the remaining couple seconds.
No, you're great. You're great. You got this. Letha.
all right. Dealing with this.
That's a hit.
Oh, if only it had been one higher. And 7 damage. Yeah, so that's everything.
All right,
Very
it's going
nice.
to take its turn. Stabs at turns around and takes a swing at Biggs. Kind of unpredictably after taking some damage. It misses, and then the spiritual weapon also misses. You can see its movements are slower, it's stumbling. It just took this big hit from Letha. It took a couple piercing wounds from Cinnamon, and it's just leaking out that blood, that black, thick, oil-like blood. William.
Sacred flame. And it succeeds again. You're like, I just don't have it today. My turn.
Biggs.
Do you ever, William? Okay.
Oh. You're getting slammed by the goblin.
Talk to me
20
afterwards.
hits.
I can show you.
How would you like to finish it?
Just gonna kind of like stab him right in between his two little hands.
It stumbles backward, almost like bumping into Letha. It's trying to muster up one last spell, one last attack, but it drops its dagger and just folds up on itself like the others.
Oh. Ugh. Well, I think down there are the people we're supposed to rescue.
Yeah, I kind of hear grunting and a voice. There's somebody down here. So I think we should let them out and not use fire so we don't burn them alive.
Smart.
I think we should use fire after we let them out.
No, don't use fire, guy!
No,
You mean like set the whole thing on fire after we're all gone?
Fuck this
Yeah.
place.
That's smart.
Oh, yeah, I like that idea. Now let us out. Get us out of here.
Who are you though? Like you sound different from the rest of them.
Yeah, I
And
like
before
these...
we let you out, it'd be kind of nice to just know that you're a decent person and all that.
Of course. My name's Drifting Rain. And, I got caught up in all this, I'm an explorer.
Yeah,
I can help you.
and
What do you, maybe we could, adventure together.
Drifting Rain, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you've got a very interesting name. All right, and you're an explorer.
Why, what's your name?
And I'm Cinnamon. Yeah, my name is kind of weird too. I know. I wasn't judging. I just was making sure I
Okay.
had it down right. Yeah. So okay, you sound reasonable, and I don't know, guys. I say we let Drifting Rain. I say we let him out. He sounds like a nice guy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows
let's
remove
let him out.
cursed.
Yeah. I don't. But I could maybe help you find a place where such things are possible. I'm looking for ancient stuff. I'm hoping things that aren't cursed.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to watch out. There are some cursed things around here. I think
I found one.
Don't just
Yeah.
use stuff without testing it first, or
So
Good advice.
you'll cut down the web or get them free, and there's dozens of Neanderthals back here. But then the creature that you've been talking to, Drifting Rain, is a tabaxi, and so
Nailed
you
it.
get this very eager, excited young tabaxi who we'll pick up with him maybe in the next session. But he'll explain to you he's a native of the Isle, and he knows your language because he's come into contact with foreigners before, and he's an eager little learner, and he was self-taught in common, so he can speak your language. And the reason that he became a captive is he's going to make a comment about your shield and say, like, that's actually like looks like something that he was looking for. He's looking for an old shrine that belongs to a people that are kind of related to the Tabaxi, but aren't maybe like the same relationship that humans and halflings have or something, where they're similar but kind of a distant relationship. But he
If
was
you
looking
wanted,
for.
you can take it.
He says, "Oh, really?" And then he'll start tugging at the shield and realize he can't take it from you, and he's like, yeah, we want to find stuff like this, but not get it stuck on your arm, and we're gonna have to find a remove curse person. But I bet if there's the place where I want to go, there's all sorts of treasures. We just have to find a remove curse person, and then we can have all this treasure without any of the side effects.
That sounds like a really good idea. I love having treasure without curses. I mean, that's my goal too.
I
So
would just do it without curses.
So you will return all of the Neanderthals back home, which is enough. You can see warm embraces between families. You've reunited these people back together, and they will, tentatively allow the crew of the Raging Bull to take shelter in their caverns. They kind of stay away from you all because of their experiences with you. Some of your crew, some of your, not this party, but other characters, and so, but they give you some space. They give you a place to stay the evening. And some of them even come to you at some point. Actually, their leader, who is a kind of an elderly looking Neanderthal, at some point he comes to the crew and he gives you a chest. Well, it kind of looks like it's like a stone box that has been created from fitted stone. And inside of it are 1,000 silver pieces that are minted with the face of Duke Karamikos on them.
I
Where
say
did
in
you get
William's
these?
voice, it was all worth it.
Where did you get these coins? Oh, never mind.
Do you try to communicate a question of inquiry about the coins to the Neanderthals?
I try but half-heartedly.
Come on, you can do it. Just really put your whole body into it. Be like, coin, question, where? Like they might just, look really confused. They might understand.
Well, if you make an attempt to communicate with them, they will take you to, there's a chamber in their cavern where they have these bleached these tans that they use to create art, and there's gourds and skulls, and so that's how
I'll
they
cast hold person. No.
No, shut up.
Here we go. Roll initiative. They will show you. That's how they communicate with one another too. They don't have a language themselves. So this is where they come when they want to try to communicate some specific meaning. They come to this room, and so when you ask about the coins, one of them, the elder, paints a picture of a green-skinned lizard with wings. And he draws it over a volcano.
Letha, you think that might be a dragon?
Looks dragony.
It's dragony. Okay.
Yeah, that's a dragon.
1 second. I just want to see if there's something else I could tell you about this. It kind of they draw like an image that seems to suggest the volcano. In the claws of the dragon is like a treasure chest, and then they draw like coins dropping from the sky. So maybe you're getting a sense that the dragon had a big hoard that it transported to its lair, and they collected all of the scraps. And it's worthless to them, but they maybe thought it would be a nice gift to you. The coin, the mintage, looks like something that belongs to the foreigners, so they hand that over as a reward for reuniting them.
Alex, did we this volcano they're drawing, have we seen that? Is it like a prominent feature in the land? Do we know where it is?
Let me see. I just need to pull up your map, because you have a partial map that somebody, a Captain Barbarossa, had drawn. So if you look at your map, there is a volcano that is depicted on the northern side where 44 is listed.
Yeah.
Actually, there is another one down where 31 is listed. Both are on islands.
Do we have that map
Yeah.
like, physically with us?
Yeah, Captain Falthrin probably has it, but you've all had a chance to look at it at some point. You can always go
Well-
back to him to review it. And
Okay, can I motion for like the drawing instruments and try to like draw? Okay, so I'm gonna try to draw the map, like a rudimentary like child's version of it, and then like put a little eye on the top, a little eye at the bottom, and then like point to both of them.
they will point
know.
to the northern one.
Good to know. One way or the other, either we go there to get things from the dragon, or we never go there because we don't
Stay
want it.
away from the dragon? Yeah.
Drifting Rain is like excited by this discovery, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's like more treasure. That's like more stuff we can find." What do you say, gang?
I think we take care of this thing first before I go out with the dragon. No offense.
Oh, fine,
I like
fine.
treasure.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we can go.
And how much experience have you had with like dragons?
Me?
No, I'm asking our new friend.
Oh, yeah.
Are you experienced at fighting dragons?
Well, I'm not really motivated by the idea of fighting a dragon. I just want to steal its stuff.
Yeah, but the dragon might not like that, and it might start attacking you.
I'm sneaky. I'm quiet.
It's
I can get in there and get
easier
out.
to steal dragon stuff when it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
But you got caught before, too.
Yeah.
See,
I
the
did.
little goblin makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
You were
it
caught by
made us,
spiders.
just saying.
You know, and I think dragons are a little smarter than spiders.
But that was the whole web thing. I don't think the dragon has a web. So if we take the web out of the equation, I think it'll be okay. And so he's totally delusioned and makes all sorts of rationalizes how this time it'll work out. But that'll be a future. I think the next adventurers we will pick up with Drifting Rain, because he's going to want to make a deal with some of the adventurers, and he will suggest that he can act as sort of a guide to certain areas of the Isle, but he wants a crew to go with him to find this shrine that he's looking for. But in exchange, he will be able to guide people to he'll like Cinnamon. He'll be like, I saw you lost a lot of bolts down there in the spider place. I bet you'd like to go find a place where you can buy more. I can lead you to such a place if you help me out.
'Cause, yeah. And maybe we can totally like work up to dragon, you know. I mean, there can be a hierarchy, and eventually we'll get to dragon.
Gotta level up to it. Got it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Don't go in at level 1.
I've got some loot. I gotta drop on your party sheet yet that wealth, and then so I'll auto distribute the wealth, and then you all can figure out what you'd like to do with these scrolls. We will ID them because presumably somebody in the party on the ship can probably ID them for you. There is a scroll of light, a scroll of mirror image, and a scroll of tongues.
Give me tongues. That'll be hysterical. All of those
If
are
no
a
one
waste.
else wants it, I can take the light.
Have at it.
I've got light. I already have light, so you can take it for sure.
All of my spells are celestial, light oriented.
And then mirror image. That's like a. Who has that spell? Who's on that? That spell list is Drew, sorcerer, warlock, wizard, and none of us.
Trickery domain cleric, but yeah.
Trickery, yeah, and then yeah, coast circle druid. What the heck? Yeah, so no one can use the mirror image. So Alex, we'll just keep it in the sheet in case a wizard or a sorcerer takes
Sounds
place
good.
next time, like Char maybe.
Tongues might be very useful for whoever's going to be the face of the group.
That's you.
Yeah.
You have the most charisma.
I mean, I think tongues
I'm
is on my
super
list.
cute.
I could take that one.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
take
say
Bard.
it'd be good for cinnamon. I think.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else wants it.
No,
Definitely don't.
no one's gonna
Alright.
trust me as the face of the group, as we have seen with
All right.
bigotry
I'll
directed
take
at me.
that one.
Hey, I
Thanks.
leveled up.
Would
you
I
did?
be
Yeah.
able to find out like this unidentified item if what was in the earthenware jug? Is that something I'd be able to take some time with it?
Oh yeah,
Figure
I'm
out?
curious about that as well.
Does anybody have proficiency with an, I don't know, herbalism kit?
Herbalism? I don't think so.
We got our XP applied already. Is
No.
that already happened?
No, I
already
don't
happened.
either.
I rolled for XP and rolled 1. I have no
Herbalism kit?
modifier.
Hold on a second.
Did you really roll a 1? Poor Dr. Goodhair.
I'm level 3 and I have 11 hit points.
Oh my gosh.
That's painful.
It's not great, hun.
Oh, you know what? Biggs didn't get experience because I didn't have her in here.
Oh no.
I'll add that to you, Biggs.
Nope, I don't ever.
Who's Chase Herringdale?
That was Moondog's
That
character.
Magnus's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Other character. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, if no one can figure it out, I'll just hold on to it for now, I guess.
And that was the one that had some sort of like necromancy thing going on.
Yeah,
Is that what
it
that is?
had that weird dual
Okay.
kind
And
of
I'll talk to you and be like, I might want to investigate that too. I can't, but I think that
I'll-
could be important.
If no one has a herbalism kit, I'd allow an Arcana check.
I'm not good at Arcana.
I mean, I'm half proficient because I'm half proficient in
Oh,
everything.
I have proficiency in herbalism. But
Oh,
there we
I
go.
need to check
Hey.
if I-
All right.
and I have
Since
the
you got
kit,
somebody that has the herbalism kit, someone
Yeah,
can
he's
make
got
this
it.
Arcana check at
Awesome.
advantage.
Okay. Sorry, Arcana at advantage, you said?
Yes.
That's a 12.
You open it up and you're kind of inspecting it. It's got kind of a nasty scent to it. It definitely almost like smells like a corpse.
Ugh.
I don't know if you've quite got it identified, but your sense of it would be maybe drinking it will give you some kind of power over the undead. You're not exactly sure how that will manifest when you do so.
Uh-oh. That sounds kind of Warren-y.
yeah, I know.
um,
I've
maybe-
had some bad experiences with people who are like
I
this.
yeah, I think maybe we should take this and give this to
the captain or someone of an authority to make sure it doesn't get into the wrong hands?
Well, my
Yeah,
hands aren't the wrong hands.
Oh,
I'm not going to
Sen-
use
I know
it.
you're not the. I just take it from you and use it
Yeah.
against us.
I don't really
somehow.
know that captain all that well, so I might
That's
want to
true.
wait
That's
until
true.
there's somebody I feel I can trust.
You trust. I think that's fair. We just need to guard it very, very carefully. 'Cause
Yeah.
after last time, let's look off into the distance.
So the whole crew is going to end up getting a full rest, and this kind of came out earlier, I think, in episode 1. But the crew had been working to salvage anything that came off the ship, and they have not recovered the Hand of Vecna or the book.
Cool. Cool.
So this is going to be a big question mark because anything could have happened to it. There was a large rock that had pulled up part of the ship and taking it inland somewhere. So it and the chest that was holding those items would have been on that part of the ship. So it could be somewhere inland. It could have washed up on shore somewhere else on the isle. So there's going to have to be a search to try to recover the items before they can be destroyed.
Cool.
Oh boy, our work is cut out for us, that is for sure.
Yeah, very much. And well, we'll be optimistic. We'll find it. It's good. We find it.
And we got some friends now, so that's cool. And they like to salvage things. Maybe they'll find it.
Oh yes, and they probably won't use it. 'cause
No, they
don't know
probably
what
won't
it
open
is.
it or totally
they
won't
might.
use it.
Accidentally. Oh. So we find it.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us here today. This was our community campaign game. Yeah, glad you liked it. I had to tweak this part a little bit because I didn't like the way that the Aranea encounter played out kind of shallow, so I wanted to have a better layer for it. But
Yeah,
this
it
worked.
was a fun
Yeah.
layer.
It was a good layer.
I don't think we have any community campaign games officially scheduled. I'm going to pop those out there for the patrons tonight to get their signups in before I release it to everyone else. So if you are supporting the Patreon, you're going to be able to sign up for games. Sorry, I got a barking dog. He needs some attention. But those will be popped out today. $30. The people that pledge $30 can sign up for unlimited games at a time. Those that support at the $15 level can sign up for 2 at a time, and those at the $5 level can sign up for 1 at a time. And then once we release it to everybody else, Twitch subscribers get to jump on the waiting list, and then you'll get notified the day before the game goes live, whether you can get in if there's space. And so that's how the system works. What do we got? Paul, you're doing a program tonight?
Yep, we'll be doing Palaver's Marvelous Pixels. I take on Nolzer's Marvelous Pigments, where I'll be drawing Robin's character in the Salt Marsh campaign tonight at 6:30. So that'll be fun, and then hopefully quick. So
cool. So that's 6:30 tonight. I don't believe we have anything tomorrow. Eberron is next week, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
And it might be kind of a light week. I believe Tuesday night is going to be getting canceled, but Zombie Joe wants to interview me. So
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I have anything to say about that because I just need to iron out the details whether we're gonna do that or not. But I think I'll say yes, and we can do that. That's fine. I don't know. I don't like talking about myself all that much, so I'm somewhat hesitant
Just
to do
make
it.
stuff up, complete lies.
That's right.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be honest.
Well, then
I mean,
there's the pressure to come up with a lie that's interesting to say.
That's true.
So that's that. Wednesday.
This is
I'm gonna-
all a front for the U.S. government. Start with that. Anyway.
Wednesday, we've got. I've been playing some retro games, and so I think Wednesday I'm gonna complete Champions of Kryn, which has
Nice.
been a lot of fun to play. And then Thursday we were gonna finish up Curse of Strahd, or at least attempt to finish up Curse of Strahd. We'll see. Someone will do something,
Yeah.
and then I'll have to do 15 more.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. And then Friday, I'm going to be over there. Actually, Lauren, you also, right? Am I wrong? Friday, we're playing
Yes, I am.
Alien over. We're going to be moonlighting on Praetor's Rejects. So you get to see us play some sci-fi fun with Duff.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to take us offline. We'll see you all soon.